side of things. Oh boy. We have Koopa, Koopa, I think, was it? And Ermagerd welcome into the stream. We also have on here Fontanian Waters. Hi everyone, hello, and welcome in. We also have on here Banafi with the terrible table manners. welcome in. We also have Lazy Loaf, Burberly Purple Pow. I ask you, what color is that? We also have Rodrigo here. Welcome in. Oh, on YouTube side of things, there we are. Wow, no, I clicked the button. The thing is YouTube. It's YouTube. It's always YouTube, the thing. Hey, you can even see I added the YouTube chat's not working. It's the issue of sometimes YouTube, it tends to lag a lot more behind than Twitch, unfortunately. But I am very happy that now I can see your comments on screen. But hi. Ooh. Pixel Muzin? Is it Mizun? I believe you've been here before. Welcome in, and please correct me if I'm wrong. And hi, Rodrigo from the other side as well. And purple is blue purple. What about, okay, if purple is blue purple, what's purple blue? Blue? Plue? Like, not plum. Yeah, like plue. Would that be the opposite? And Mizun. Guy, was that better? Mizun? Welcome in. And I see. How have all your weeks been? It's been quite a second since we've been here. Our stream had to be pushed back a bit there, so I had to take a bit of a week break. So hopefully things should go back to normal. Fingers crossed. I was supposed to say a different word. Fingers crossed. I am happy to be here, and I hope you're all happy to be here too. And I do appreciate you all for being here as well. And let's see here. Hello, the welcome in the stream in Discord color. I know the, what is it? Godot. Godot has a pretty purpley blue color. Discord though, I can see Discord too. Discord color, I see. That I can work with that one. And Plue was my favorite fairy tale mascot, of course, is actually a hold on, I'm just curious. Plue. Is Plue actually a thing? Oh, it is! Oh! You know what? That's not as bad as I thought it would be. That's an adorable little creature. Hold on. If I just click on that button there, and I click on that button, I click on that button, and then I click on that button, and then I click on all the buttons. Look at this little guy. He's adorable. I'll take 10 of them. I could get behind a mascot like that after seeing a lot of different horrors. And it would probably be Plooper or Plue. Oh no. Ploople maybe? The word mixed up my mind. And hi Aska, welcome in the stream. Welcome in. And yeah, fairy tale. Yeah, and Ploople. Yeah, that's quite something. Last weekend was so sad. Yeah, it was truly. But the good news is that we are here now, so we get to make the best of our times. And I didn't get a chance to do programming this week. So, because I have not refreshed myself on my own code, that means this week we get double Pixelart study, since I definitely don't think I can do double coding. So, and that's the bright side of things. Today we'll be doing hair, tomorrow we'll be doing 1-bit. Though, I think I might push the 1-bit back one, and I'll explain a little bit more. But I'm thinking maybe we'll do clothing tomorrow, and then 1-bit next week. Because if we do a clothing study, we might have an easier time with 1-bit characters because of the clothing and everything, but we'll see. We'll see how today goes, and then we'll feel it out from there. With all of that said and done, though, let me go ahead and slide this guy here. We'll go and slide you over here. We'll go ahead and slide you here. I should be able to check to make sure that guy's good to go. Yes, you are. Transition time then, hopefully. And clothing's so hard, I hate it. Yes, but clothing is very important. Unless you're making a character that's like a, what is it? Like I guess mermaid. No, mermaids have clothing. Unless you're making a character that's like a werewolf. No, werewolves have clothing too, don't they? I gotta think on that one. There's gotta be characters who are naturally not. How do I say that? Like Zootopia. Zootopia has some characters like that. Well, I guess that's just an animal at that point. That's it though. Welcome to today's study. And the plans. Happy to have you here. And, do I spend 900 points on a random redeem that shalln't be named? I don't know what you're on about, Lazy Love, but I don't like the way you say it. And it's not clothing, it's fur. Oh, you know what? Fair point. Fur is hard. We need to do another animal study. That is for certain. Today should be a lot of fun. This will be the third time we've done a hair study. We've been recently we first did, what was it? A few months ago, we were doing environment studies. Now we've circled back to characters, so we've been trying to cover hands, clothing, faces, eyes. Those will be all the things we'll be covering within the next few weeks. Last week we did hair, or no, I think it was the week before. And we'll be continuing hair. And I redeemed it. No, Lazy Loaf! You've joined the dark side. I'll get you. And hi, Ame. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back in as well. And animals, you only need a necktie or gloves. Exactly. Well, gloves are hard though because they're hands. We'll start off with the Pixelart of the day, talk about some resources, do a little bit of the recap of the hair studies we've done, and then we shall begin dissection. And after that, we'll do a community review. And I saw that second one. Oh boy, muy bonita. Let me go ahead and bring you into the screen. If I move you about here, I believe, and then next, no! What horrible influences. Hi, Ame. Let me go ahead and click on this one here. Then let me go ahead and click on transition here. The army grows. There is no army, nor no resistance. Oh boy, no! Yeah, sure. Hey, you're supposed to say no. That's the thing. It's the whole, what is it? Peer pressure. But if bridges were happening, you'd say no to it. That's the right thing. The correct answer. Welcome in. No, hold on. Let me go ahead and hide this guy here too. We should be good. Lovely. Welcome into Pixelart of the Day. It is a section I like to do at the beginning of stream where we spend about 8 to 6 minutes looking at some pixel art I find online on either Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, of the likes. And the idea is that this gets us into the mind of drawing pixel art, as I think the best way to learn something is not only by doing it, but by also looking at people who do the thing. So for example, if you want to become a game developer, you gotta play a lot of games to know the feel of games. And if you want to make art, you gotta look at a lot of art to see the possibilities that are out there. It's like looking at a lot of references. So the idea, the hope is that we can find things we like about this art that we either like or dislike. That way we can add it to our own art. So if you dislike something, you can avoid the thing. But if you like the thing, then you can add more of it into your art. And let's see, can we do a bug study next? Might help for something I'm making. Anglo Mizun, right? Mizun, I believe. And hi, the crew day forge. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. And where can I buy 7K Stardust so I can purchase Voice of a Mime? That is, I believe I made sure to say that's, yeah, I believe I marked that off the list of, not, it has to be a voice. I think I did say that. And let's see, I like this dude's hair. Yeah, isn't it nice? And I have done a bug study before. If since you're on YouTube, you should be able to search it up, but we have done a bug study. I can't say that one. We did do one recently, I don't know, a few months back though. But yes, a bug study has been done, if that does interest you. And voice of a very quiet introvert. I suppose that could be a shy voice. That can work. This art here is by Bira. And this is their Twitter handle. So should you like this art and want to see more of it, consider checking them out. Voice of Bubby. That would take some time to think. And I'm not watching the entire stream. I'm too lazy. Can we do a bug study next? So I'm guessing you want to watch it live then. I can't say that the bug stream is also time-stamped. So should you like a specific bug, that's also there. But we won't be doing a bug study anytime soon. I can definitely say that. And that's just Morgan Freeman's voice. And does he have a voice? In the mine, I can say. Here we are, 8 minutes, or let's 6 minutes. Hold on. If I click on you here, let's see. If I click on so you do 8 minutes, and then click on you here for our, what time are you? There we are. Okay, 8 minutes now on the clock. We should be good to go. Telepathy? Yeah, telepathy is how it works. With that said, what are some things you notice? And while we are doing a hair study, should you find an aspect of the art that you enjoy as well, feel free to also comment on it. While focus is hair, if you find something else that you'd like to note, feel free to do so as well. Usually does Bobby have a... No, he does not. And if you were to hear Bobby's voice, your hair would explode. Just about, yes, it's very dangerous. Usually when it comes down to starting with Pixelart of the Day, what I like to do is I like to look at the colors and see if there are any primary colors used, how many colors are used. I find that 3 or less than 4 tends to be the sweet spot when it comes. So maybe 3 to 4, depending on it. Coconut here. Oh boy. With that said, I see the colors of COLORS. I see the colors of brown. I see the colors of gray, and I see a little bit of green too. Those are the 3 colors I can see. I would consider brown as part of the skin. It's like a tannish color. I also see brown in the staff here, brown on the guard, and also the hair too. And then we have some silver, some gray on both the, what is it called? This be jewelry, beard jewelry, as well as the armor. And then just a little bit of green here too, a little pop of green. And I have no control over them. Oh boy. With that said, what else is there to notice? Aside from colors, next thing I usually take a look at are the lines, the line art. I spent good money, I'm gonna get my money, sir. When it comes to the line art, what do we see? Is it colored line art, shaded line art, and where would you possibly get green from that? Do you mean this green here? The green here, or do you mean why the green would exist? It looks like it might be the guy's cloak, if I had to guess. I see a little bit green here, a little bit green here, a little bit of green in the cloak. At the end, lovely. If I zoom in here, you should be able to see. Let's see. So colors, brown, gray, green. Yes, indeedy. As for outlines, it is an interesting one. I've seen this outline style before, only once in Pokemon, which is funny since that's what we'll be covering. And that's a rock. Is it a rock? Oh, that's a rock. That, I see it. That's a rock. That's a rock. But I believe that is his cloak. And no worries on it. It might have been too zoomed out. Oh boy. So let's see here. I'm going to say outline, O-U-T-L-I-N-E. Outline, I don't know what this style of outline would be called. For starters, it's definitely a black outline. But it's like now, I'm not sure if this is a sketch. I did not check. But it could be that too, but it does look, or it does at least feel finished. But you can see some of the outline is a little bit incomplete. This is a style of pixel art, though I say I'm not sure if this is intentional or not since it could be a sketch. In some areas, there's no outline here. And what I've noticed is that if there's no outline after having lots of outlines, then that tends to mean it's supposed to show either lighting or shadow. I can see this maybe being the lighting bits here for the top of the head, though then I would question the outline or lack of outline here. So I wonder, is it intentional or is this more of a sketch? And am I looking in too deep into this? And let's see, hi Paula, welcome to stream, welcome in. And now it's only Gary that's been stepped on. I can see that too. And it's enough to break the planes. And kind of like with a regular drawing, you use bold strokes where it might connect. Ooh, that's a fair point too, yeah, color or line thickness. So we'll say outline black, let's see, with places, PLA, with places, BROKEN, broken up. Black outline with places broken up. I think that's a good way to describe it in random chair. I guess the rock would be. Let me see if I can make this a little bit smaller. This is way too big. I do new here and I do new note here. Can I possibly make you, yeah, like that. That's, yeah, there we are. Lovely, way better. Super duper good. Okay, aside from that, let's talk about the hair now. If we take a look, how many colors are we seeing with our hair? I think I see a total of maybe 3 colors. We have a bright color here, we have a medium color here, and then we have maybe 4 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna say 4 colors. 4 colors for hair. 4 colors for the hair. And sorry, I meant it looks softer with some breaks. I see. That does make more sense. And if you look at the right side pauldron, you see a dot of silver showing at the back wrapping around it. Let's see. Dark side of the pauldron, you see a dot of silver showing the back wrapping around it. Do you mean this area here? Is this the pauldrons, the shoulder bits, or the pauldrons, the bottom bit here? I do forget. We did do an armor study, but my memory does, on the other side, I see. So here, this random dot, is this what you're talking about? I think so, yeah. This definitely does feel random, but if that's the case, then that definitely does, and I needed that. And have you done any texture studies? Can you describe texture a little bit? We have done a material study, but texture we have not done. As in, yeah, done material, but not texture. Let's see here. 4 colors for hair. We have then, let's see, with places broken up, and let's see, colors added, O-U-T-S-I-D-E. Colors added outside, I see, and yeah, there, I see, yes, indeedy. Since you are here, Eska, would you mind linking both the bug study and the material study? From YouTube into the chat. Let's see here. So 4 colors for hair, and then outline. Aside from that, what else else are we seeing? I'd say there is some anti-aliasing going on here, so I'll also add that in. And thank you for asking as well, Rodrigo, as well as you, Mizun, I believe, right? So let's see, I'm gonna add AA. And I still haven't gotten ready for the day, and I don't have the attention span for analysis notes. I just took a look at the picture for 5 seconds, absorb a very least picture of it, and then try to do the thing I wanted to do, but not be able to do it. Well, I can understand that, especially the attention span portion. The thing is, the way my attention span is kept is by looking at things that I am interested in. So, if you don't like this art, or if you're not interested in it, you might find yourself having an easier time looking at things you do enjoy, and maybe that'll make you slow down a little bit. With that said, anti-aliasing. I see it here around his hair, I see it up here in his hair, and I like to describe anti-aliasing best as a way to round a picture, make it smoother instead of sharper. And if we scroll out, hopefully you can see, maybe his arm looks a little bit smoother here, maybe his hair looks a little bit smoother, and that's because the anti-aliasing is blending the colors together and not leaving these edges as harsh as they could be. And if I zoom out here, I'm seeing, yeah, you know what? I definitely think this is a sketch. I'm going to say that because this back staff here doesn't seem to be as much here, though it could also be that this is just not as highly detailed because it's in the background. But that could make an argument that this is more of a sketch. But if this is, that's a quality sketch, that's true. That said, anti-aliasing, I see it in his hair here, I see it in his hand, I see it in his armor, I see it everywhere in the piece. I see. Anti-aliasing in different D-I-F-F-E-R-E and different P-A-R-T-S parts of the P-I-E-C-E. Anti-aliasing in different parts of the piece. And let me slide this guy up here. And hi, Demistrix. Welcome back in the stream. Welcome back in. Hey, Eris, your next line is... Well done now. I am predictable. And I chose confidence this time around. I was about to say it. And welcome in. Yes, I can't remember. Matrix or Mastrix? I believe it was Matrix, I think. Or no, Mastrix? No! I tried to lead with confidence this time. Yes. Oh boy. Let's see. Anything else to note here? There's lighting, there's shading going on. I don't think too much. You know what? While the time is up, and honestly, it doesn't. That's what I remember. You're saying you didn't mind whatever the pronunciation was. Let me go ahead and hide this timer. There is one more thing I'd like to note before we move on. And unless some other goober Kims with a similar name. I see. Let me click under here. I want to say here that, and I haven't seen this before, but I have been enjoying this style, shaded or blobs. I'm going to call this blobs. Blobs. I see blobs when I look at this guy here. I know that there is a blobbing method when you start off with making pixel art. So when you're just doing the very basic draft. However, I then see, or some people have incorporated this blobby type of method into their shading, into their styles. I see it in dithering sometimes, and I see it here, where you can see, for example, there's a square here, there's a square here for the lighting, there's also a square here for the, what is it called? The armor? There's different shapes going on. I call it blobs, maybe the better word for it is shapes, but I see a few here and there that feel specific, and pixel art is just color dithering. Fair point, yes. If you think long and hard about it, it all comes back to dithering. Always has been. And rude calling him a blob. I'm talking about the lighting, not him himself. He seems very noble. And my name is pronounced D-Mastrix. D-Mastrix? Don't mind at all the silent glitter of Lassie. And I think that's supposed to be his lighting spotlight. Ah! Here's supposed to be the lighting. There's a shape here for certain. There's a circle going on here, but there's also darkness going on here. And I guess it is lighting, but then there's also this dark blob for shadow. So I think the blobbing idea is everywhere. You can even see it here. There's a square here, there's a rectangle here, a square here. There's a lot of simple shapes that make him up, which I am surprised by. And that's the fall off. I see. Blobs could be due to LIGHT lighting. There we go. That's what we'll add. And he has, 3-point light. I only know of one. That would make more sense. Maybe main light, second light, and then another light. So light, I can see a light maybe coming from this direction, so leading downwards. Maybe then another light from this direction, maybe, would be the idea here. And he got chicken thumbstick on his beard. I didn't even notice that until you pointed it out. Now I'm hungry. With that said, though, thank you all for your observations. Why don't we go ahead and get into resources? Let me go ahead and save this guy here. Let me go ahead and click on you here. I should then be able to click on you here, and it should bring you into the proper screen. It does indeedy. And key light, backlight, fill light. I have yet to get into that, or I've yet to look into lighting that much, but I have heard those terms before at the very least. Let me go ahead and do exclamation STUDY. It should send both a link to YouTube and Twitch if it does it correctly, and it does. How lovely. And you'll be linked to this if you did not know. And hold on, let me just okay, where were we? If you did not know, I have a website. You can go to irisezra.com. The hope of this website is that as we go along, I'll collect more and more resources depending on the specific study we do. So, for example, there was the question of, if I click on here and I were to type in bugs should pop up, as we have done a bug study before. And the hope is that this will slowly become a resource page of different, what is it called? Yes, references. Different references. So whenever we do these studies, I try my best to find different parts or different ways of learning that topic, since different people learn differently. For example, I find hands-on to be the best approach. Some people like reading, but some people like watching videos. And my lighting always goes from top left. If I do 2 down, it comes from up top left. I'd have to think a little bit more on that one. And key light would be the one hitting the front. Fill light / rim light. Oh, I do know rim light. Rim light's the kind of the one at the edges, I think. If I go ahead and also click here, you'll be able to see as well our material study that we have done once upon a time too. So those are both there, you just gotta type them in. And what we'll be doing today is our character study. So if I go ahead and type that in, that is what you'll be linked to. And we have here a few things. So this guy here is supposed to be specifically about all things character. If I go ahead and click hair here, what you'll notice is that it brings you to a playlist I have made up of videos I found especially helpful when it came to learning about, is that the right word? Came to learning about hair. Yes, that sounds about right. Now, you'll also notice not all of these are Pixelart. The thing with Pixelart is, well, it is a lovely topic. It's what's it called? Scarcity? It's a very big niche in the sense of there's not a lot of resources when it comes to the topic. So a lot of the times, if you're searching for something specifically Pixelart, you're not gonna find it. But the good thing about Pixelart is that you don't have to watch a Pixelart video in order to get an idea to transfer it into Pixelart. So hopefully, even though these videos aren't Pixelart, they still might help you understand how hair works and coloring it and shading it. And hey, pod watchers, this lightning will show up later with our hair. Or this lighting will show up later. What do you mean exactly, Abe? And rim light, fill light, mushroom light, I just do whatever I like. I like the sound of that. We have here as well, if you're more into articles, as I said before. For example, if I click on this guy here, you'll see an article that goes into the ideas. Now, what I really like about these guys is that they are GIFs. I like information when there's not a lot of it, when it's bite-sized topics, bite-sized studies, bite-sized lessons. So I enjoy these GIFs that happen to be made. And I think the lack of tutorial is nice. It makes people learn on their own. That's the thing. It depends on the person. Some people need to be held by the hand and guided to the answer. I am one of those people. While I do enjoy trying things by myself, I do like having an absolute answer. So I enjoy closing my eyes, not knowing that the answer's there but not looking at it, trying it for myself, and then looking to see how close I got to the actual answer. That's my best way of studying it. Hi, Petey. Welcome in the stream. Eris, you're so cool. Well, thank you, Petey, and welcome in as well. Welcome in, and welcome back. If I scroll down here, you'll see the Writer's resource. And this is exactly what I mean. Since learning Pixelart, and thank you for the resubscription as well, Petey. 12, that makes a year. Thank you for our year in total. And hold on. And I feel like we just met yesterday. 12 months. Exactly. My goodness. And it really does feel like the time has flown by very, very fast. This website here, the Writer's resource, has been the biggest upgrade to my art, I can say 100% with certainty. Because of my learning style, I learn best by looking at examples, trying things on my own, and then looking at the quote-unquote answer. In such a case, what I mean is, for example, these characters here, or these games here, these are all Pixelart games that have characters in them. So what I've done, what I found to be my best way to know of studying, if I want to know about fur, or if I want to draw a bear, I'll first try drawing the bear on my own, and then what I can do is I can go to this website, I can click this download button here, and if I close this guy here, and I can go ahead and bring you into this guy here, as I move the bear into our program of choice here, here we are. I can then now see in detail exactly how big this bear is, what colors are used. He's 32 by 32. So it gives me a better idea. No, hold on. Oh, no, that's good. Okay, you can see that. The challenge screen needs to be hidden. So it's just good in reference sake, and not looking one-to-one, but just understanding and learning. And hi, Trizzy, welcome in history, welcome in. I love this writer's resource so much. Yeah, it's a lovely website. And just finished thumbnailing some pages for a comic. I have to go since it's Friday, and I gotta eat dinner with the whole family. Well, I hope you have a lovely dinner, and I'm glad you got some work done. And Oni Earthbound style looks cute and silly. I'll have to check again. And if you see me fighting a bear, help the bear. And oops, and I found the links. Lovely. I'm glad you did, Rodrigo. Let's see. Let me bring you back into here. And why this is important is because if you're trying to go for a style, if there's a type of pixel art you prefer, and if I go into Pure up here, if I wanted to make a style similar to this dwarf guy, where would I start? How would I know what to do? Would I have to go and count the individual pixels? Would I have to download the art and see about resizing it and scaling it to the right pixel sizes? That's a difficult task. Very hard, very strenuous, compared to looking at a website like the Writer's Resource, finding different games you enjoy, and just being able to download them. They even let you download different frames. So if you're looking to study animation, this is also a great place to go, as you see all the different frames when it comes to those things. And if I click on here next, what you'll be able to see is that there's one more resource we can talk about, itch.io. Now, if you're a game developer, you most certainly know about this website. It is a place you go to either download games, upload games, or you download assets to put into your game. But not only can you download assets to put into your game, like with the Writer's Resource, you can download these assets to study. So if you happen to come across a pack that you enjoy, for example, this random pack right here, it gets me every time. It's there when you click the link. This random pack right here that was not put here. You can find free packs, download them, and use them for your games and your studies. Specifically, this one here is one I've made specifically for studies, and we'll be using it. We'll be putting hair on him. That'll be the idea. The hope behind this pack is that it's a good way for if people want to learn how to draw clothing, but they don't want to make a character to put clothing on. So it's a good jump start if should you want it. And I also have linked here a few other ones. I always talk about the dancing girl. It's one of my favorites. Eventually we are going to do an animation stream, and it's just going to be dancing. And we're going to break this down because I think the dances are adorable. So it's always a lot of fun looking at itch.io and seeing if there are any assets that, what is the word I'm looking for? Yeah, you fancy, and then going from there. And let me go ahead and click that guy. That would be our resources, all of them. And I don't know, man, I've seen this movie with a bear eating baking powder. You don't want to fight it, man. And Eris, I don't know if you use Clip Studio Paint, but version 5.0 releases, and it's currently 50% off. I do use it. However, I did upgrade to Clip Studio Paint 2.0, and I've only used it maybe 5 times since updating it. And I didn't even use the new features, but I have heard of it. Yes, and once upon a time I used Clip Studio Paint. Once upon a time before going and learning pixel art. This was, I believe, one of the last art pieces I drew. So that up there, that was, yeah, Clip Studio Paint was drawn with that. But I have not touched Clip Studio Paint and actually drawn it since. I've moved on to pixel art. Let me go ahead and click on, let's see here. If I click on you here, and she's so cute, well, thank you. And I made her after my own image. And then she became an, hold on now. What part of that says evil? Let me bring you back into the planning screen here. And Clip Studio Paint was drawn with that. Or, hold on, that was drawn with Clip Studio Paint. Often my words get mixed. Also my letters too, that too. Oh boy. With that said, let me go ahead and click on here. And then if I go ahead and click on !DISCRD, there we are, and I go ahead and click enter, what we will do is at the end of the stream, should you have happened to have drawn hair before, or you happen to have drawn hair alongside me, we can take a look at it in the Discord at the end of stream. And if you go ahead and join the Discord there, and I click on that button there, lovely, it does work. You'll join here, you can see Splitter Script has joined, and if I go ahead and scroll down here, what you'll be able to see is if I click on, let's see, this guy here, Pixelart Study With Me, you'll see that there are previous Study With Me's drawn, and hi, Hala, welcome into stream, welcome in. I need to put your name on the list of majingis for the chat. Hold on, let me write that down. The whole WLISTADD. There we go. Okay, that way, don't forget. But welcome in the stream. Welcome in. You can see there are previous studies we've done and people have uploaded. For example, the bugs one. And the idea is that even if the stream has concluded, should you want to, you can also post your art in here if it relates to the topic. The hope is that we can see people slowly, bit by bit, adding on to the addition of art here. And hi Agapi, welcome in the stream. The chat thing I'm using, the new one here, it's a work in progress and getting it to work and not to work. But I want to put a special icon next to your name, Hollow. That's what it is. I have to add your name to the list. And if you see up here, what you'll notice is that at the very top here, there is hair. And you'll see that the hair study we did from last time and the hair we shall do today. So, without further ado, shall we get into things? And I got something for the tree section. Drew a sakura tree. Ooh, how fun! I think we do have a tree section. If I'm not mistaken here. Tree. Let's see. Tree here. Yes, there is a tree section. And special icon and deity. It's a green one. I don't remember which one. And Bobby was stylish. He was wriggly. I could say that much. Let me drag you back into this guy here. And I remember a tree study. Yeah, we've done 2 of them. I would like to do another one soon. I'm just a fan of trees and foliage, but I'm also a fan of characters. That's the issue, is that I'm a fan of a lot of things. Let me go ahead and slide this guy out. So, to recap what we've been doing, where we've been, we first started off many months ago. This was the first ever hair study we did. We did 2 hairstyles, one for little Timmy here and one for Tem, for both a female hairstyle and more of a masculine hairstyle. Next up then, what we did the other week is we did these 2. You'll notice that there is fewer as it got complicated and I got confused. Which brings us to today, where I'm hoping this approach will work better, as I realized this one didn't work. I do like this one. These 2 I'm not too much of a fan of. And this one, most certainly, it's okay. But it made his hair look like, what would it be? Silly worms, or gummy worms. And I don't want the hair looking delicious. That's not a good thing. So, here's the game plan for today. The hope of today. We are going to still use the plates, but we're going to focus on one specific game, one specific style. We're going to break down that style, see if we can decompose it, and then bring it back up. We kind of did this last time when we looked at a Pokemon sprite, but we were looking to other sprites and other examples, and I don't think we got solid examples that we were able to use. We're going to be looking at Pokemon sprites all today. That is a thing, so more Pokemon sprites. But this time, it's a little different. I did a little bit more look into it. Well, not only will we be trying to touch on ponytails and hair buns, hence the title, we're also going to touch on masculine hairstyles too, as I realize I have no idea when it comes to that. I've always put a focus on female hairstyles, but I've never really focused on masculine. So we're gonna start off today with males and then work our way back. I believe last time was, well, the first time too, it was always female then male, and then I never finished the male. So we're gonna do male and then female. That way we can most certainly at least do one of these. And really proud of that when I sent it. Oh, I see, Hollow. I'll be excited. Well, I can't take a look at it post-stream. I'll be excited to see, and thank you for sending it as well. And what makes this one different than all the other times before, the previous tries, is that we have a big sprite, and then we have a small sprite, and these small sprites represent the big sprite. So the hope is that we can see the simplification. Now, it was seen before, and let me actually pull this up, as I don't know if I have it on hand. If I click on, let's see, materials here, and then I go into characters, character here, and then I go into you here. It should be hair study 2, I believe. Yes, indeed. So we took a look at her, May. I believe her name was May. She was a sprite, but you'll notice this is her sprite, and then this was a really small, teeny tiny sprite. This sprite, it's super duper simple compared to her big sprite, and I think they're 2 different. They're comparing these 2. They almost look like 2 different characters aside from the hair color and the style of clothing. This feels too simple. So my idea is that these guys are a little bit, they have more texture to them. They have more detail. For example, I initially thought that this guy was this guy. I was confused. But I thought to myself, okay, white pants, purple shirt, a blondish hair. Clearly that's the guy. And then I found this sprite, and then I realized, who are you? So I definitely think these sprites here from Pokemon Black and White too do a much better job at a small sprite with a lot of detail. So I'm hoping this will guide us in the better direction. Is the hope, is the fingers crossed idea we shall be getting. No, hold on, my tea's not warm. There we are. So that's the game plan here. And also, I'm slowly saving up for another study too. I can't find any studies or any sprites with afros or dreadlocks, but I was able to find a few here. So another time we'll also be doing a study in that relation, but until I can get up a good example mark, I won't be able to know what's the idea here. Unless I can get good at hair. That would be a good idea too. With that said though, let me get some water. Let me go ahead and enable the thingamajiggy here. That way it can be enabled. So I'll go ahead and click on that there. Should be good to go. Good to go. And let me subtract this guy here, get some water, and then we can go ahead and get into things. With that said, is there any hairstyle in particular of the males, of these guys here, of the ones you see here, that could be of interest to draw? I'm thinking we should start off with one that has 3 profiles. This one might be the simplest to do, but then again, you know what? Yes, we're going to start off with this one. I've made up my mind. But after that guy, then what? Well, we have this guy here, this guy here, this guy here, or I think this guy here. One of these with the 3 is what I'm thinking. Because then we can get different angles. Water time. Alrighty, water has been consumed. And Cowboy Bebop is more manly. I have not seen that before. Are you talking about this guy here? He looks like a cowboy. He's got a little, I don't remember what it's called, but the little medallion thingy. It looks like a sheriff, if I had to guess. Let me go ahead and save this. We'll grab this guy here, copy him here, and let's slide it over to, not that one here. We're doing the new one here. This is going to be Hair 3, H-A-R-R-3, Hair 3. And we'll slide you over to here. Oh, actually, we'll make sure you're a reference. There we are. Save it. Drag and drop that over to here. Drag and drop you over to here. Okay, and another thing too is we're going to take a big focus, I think, on Timmy, and trying to do the translations. But, oh, huh. You know, I didn't realize until now when I dragged these guys in. These guys are 32 by 32. They're as big as him. That's a little scary. Hold on. I didn't realize that. They're bigger. Oh, I see. Huh. Maybe that's why they're so detailed. But when they're in here, when they're on this screen, they look so tiny. And then I actually pull them next to the other sprites, and yeah, that's a difference. That would make a difference. That would make sense on why there's more detail, and you can add a line down the shirt. Oh my. Well, go ahead and save this here. Go ahead and grab this guy here, one of these here, and then we'll move you to here, drag you, drop you, should be able to save you, and let's go ahead and just grab you here. We'll go ahead and, oh, hold on, undo. We just want to copy you, and we're going to paste you into this guy here. There we go. And let's see about also getting the back of the hair. So grab this guy here. Now, what color hairstyle can we give him? We could give him the blank one here. We could do another one too. There's options here. It sounds like he's got to grow to 32. It would be huge. That'd be scary. Just what is it? A fee, five, fo, fum. If I grab this guy, just out of curiosity here, paste you to here. Oh, hold on. I don't even know if it'll work, but now I'm quite curious to see if I merge you down here and I were to, let's see, copy you here, do a new layer, paste you here. Oh, nope, unless it doesn't work. What layer are you? You are a hair layer, I see. Remove you, put you on your own layer here, and then copy you here, paste you, slide you over. And then if I were to do sprite size, and I were to just do a height 200%, well that, I see. And then I were to do copy you, undo, and then just go ahead and do that. There we go. Now he's in the big leagues. Let me go ahead and slide this guy down here. We shouldn't, or actually, I'll slide it up here. Oh no, I can't see. You'll get slid to about here. I think that'll work out well. He's so big now, all grown up. Let me go ahead and save this guy here. We'll then go ahead and grab you here, erase you there. And then we can go ahead and get started. I'll move you down here too. Okay, so with all of that said and done, to begin, we just need 2 colors, it seems like. This guy's hair has 2 colors. One for the top of the hair, one for the side of the hair. And oh, this reminds me of the, what is it? The dots here. These dots remind me of what we just saw with the dwarf. the idea of sometimes the pixels are outside of the lines. There's not even a broken up line. Here, I think there's some broken up lines. Yeah, here's a broken up line, but here it appears outside, which is interesting. And ew! Ew, to which part? And what is this? Oh! You found the emote. Do you like it? She added it. Yes, very recently, actually. We'll move that guy down there, zoom it out a little bit more, and then we'll grab some colors. We'll just go here and we'll grab let me grab the resource pack, or not the resource pack, the colors, where are we at with the colors? Let me grab the color pack I've been using, which should be this one. Nope, not resurrect one. I believe it's a specific one if I can find it. If not, I'll just drag and drop it. Palettes? Nope. Okay, we're dragging and dropping it from the Discord. Where'd the palettes go? If I go to stream discussion here, I believe I should be able to find it in pinned. Found it. Lovely. Okay, drag and drop you. Here you are. There you go. Found ya. And every time I come back, there's a new crazy one. There's another one too, I think, Petey, that you haven't spotted yet. But that one's not crazy. That one's at least mild. We'll go ahead and grab a brown here, and probably maybe a darker brown. We should just grab all three. If I go ahead and scroll back down to you here. Oh, wrong layer. This here. There we are. Scroll out a little bit so we can see the hair too. And let's see what we can do. I'll also move the plates below our hair 3. And I'll also just copy you here so we can get a good idea. There we go. Okay. And then we'll slide you over by 1 and there. There we go. And slide you over a bit here so that it's also visible. Okay, so with all that said and done, let's start off with the front of the head. It seems to be the case that for the front of the hair, there's no outline between the head or the forehead and the rest of the hair. There's a bit here with shading when it comes to the head, but there's no outline that separates the hair and the face. I think that's different than what we've seen before. Usually, we've seen an outline, but for here, there's no outline, which is interesting. And hi, Sortazar. Welcome in the stream. Welcome back in. Hello! Has anyone made another No, it has not happened. Nada. Nope, nada. And for the special hair day, no, nada. Oh boy. Let me go ahead and add this guy here, and let me grab the colors here if they let me. If I copy you here, I'm surprised oh, okay, you know what? Fine, it's okay. I'll just grab this color here, and we'll grab, let's see, you're there. This color here, and here. These 3 colors, that color, and lastly, this color here. There we go. Okay, there we are. And boulders, oh boy, don't do the Abe. I see the plotting. Resist. Let me go ahead and click on you here, and we should be able to click on the symmetry tool. Okay, so since the front of his head does not have hair, or it doesn't have the outline, it does no outline, we'll go ahead and follow that idea. So we'll start off by grabbing, I think, our bright color. And there's a bit of I think it's called a cowlick, when the head kind of comes back here a little bit as it's going down and around. So maybe something like that can work for our hair here. Though it's gonna be a little bit tricky because of the way I guess if he has short brown hair, it would still work out. Oh, he's adorable. Okay, and then after that, we add first the color here, and I'm wondering, what type of brown would suit you? Would a light brown, what makes you look like a redhead almost? He's just adorable regardless. We'll add that color and thinking, yeah, that color's fine. And then we add an outline. Now, it's important to note that this outline here is black, and his arms aren't black, or the top of it isn't, but the bottom is. The bottom part is black. And has your palette got accepted? No, it's, I moved it. I think it's because it said lack of examples, and I've yet to actually draw some, but it said it was it had a better chance. But I did post it, or I did request for acceptance months ago, and not that face. Oh boy. And I did read that as well. Lovely. So I'm wondering why that's the case. The arms are brighter, but the rest of the body isn't. That's interesting. And with that said, what we'll do then, and lack of examples, or the draw together, there's plenty of examples. I don't think I've used 100% of the palette. I don't know if I've used 100% of these colors for one specific, but I can definitely check. I've used a bit here and there, and I think I've modified it as I went, so I can definitely see. And I'm expecting some full-on finished pieces. It depends. I've seen a few examples here and there. I uploaded this image as an example image, but they said no, we need more examples, or rather, nope, I see nothing. Let's see here. We'll grab this outline color, and then we'll go ahead and see about adding just this bit on the outside. He's a distinguished little gentleman. Look at him. Okay, that's quite cute. Let me copy this here. And how do you make curly hair? Hi, is it Zerger? Possibly Zerger King? Or maybe Zeger. Welcome in. And unfortunately, I can't answer that question, for I have no idea. I can, however, give you an explanation a little bit. It sounds like we have homework, boys. Oh boy, sounds like meat's back on the menu. If I bring you into Pure Up here, I believe that shall work. I can show you that I do eventually want to cover curly hair. The issue is that I can't find a lot of examples when it comes to pixel art curly hair, and my idea is either I find examples or I get good enough at the other types of hair textures in order to do curly. I have all the examples here of different types, but for now, since most of the examples are straight and wavy, we'll be sticking to straight and wavy. Once I get comfortable with those, we can experiment. Or option B, I'm able to find a lot of examples that have curly. I can also, if I go back into draw here, say I found a few examples, but not enough to make a study out of it. But if I bring you into here, I have found these examples from Pokemon. Here's the curly here. I would say this is spiky, but I could consider it like Cowboy Bebop. That's how I would consider this. And then there's also dreadlocks here. So that's how Pokemon Black and White does it. But I haven't found examples out of this, unfortunately. And hi, Cryban. Welcome in the stream. Welcome in. And Dithering, it's good to do curly hair. Hi, and welcome in. And I do agree, yeah. Dithering is a great thing to do. I do enjoy dithering, but I don't know how to do it. But when it's done correctly, it's a lovely thing. Let's see, I'll move that guy back up to here. And if we go ahead, I will also copy you here. We'll paste you down here. And how can we do this? Let me hide you here. And yeah, and even then they cheat in detail because it's tightly knit. I would call it an illusion of the eye. Cheating's a strong word. They know how to use their space well. I'm going to slide this over so that we can kind of compare and contrast. If I drag this guy over a little bit to move this guy down a smidge, about here-ish, and then we drag it down there. What I wanted to do is see about what would be the look of the hair if we added outside here. So what I mean to say is, if we made the outline for the hair thicker, how would that look, do you think? And let me move that a little bit more. I was hoping to get some of this in, but I don't know if I can. Let me grab the reference here, slide it down a little bit more so it can be seen in frame. There we go. That should make things a little bit easier to see. And let me slide this guy over just a smidge there. There you go. Lovely. Okay, so if I go ahead and click on this guy here, I'm wondering, does the sizing, because I can see his head, and I can definitely see a world where that's just head and not hair. Usually, when you do hair, you want to do about one outwards, but because it's pixel art, maybe you don't try to add volume to the hair like you might normally do for regular hair. So let's see, if we do that there, yeah, it went from the hair looking like it was flat to looking like a little bowl cut. That's interesting. And hi, Adam. Welcome back in the stream. Welcome back in. And it's always a good day when Eris is streaming. Well, thank you. And I'm glad you think so. That's always sweet to hear. Yeah, isn't that interesting? When we added one pixel, only one pixel outwards, it then looks like a bowl cut. But if we keep it directly hugged to the hair, then that makes it look like flatter hair. Okay, interesting. We'll keep it then. We'll then go ahead and grab this here. So grab you here, little Timmy, as I am not done with you yet. We'll go back into this guy here, copy you here, copy, paste, slide you over. And truth be told, because his hair is so short, we don't even need to really move it over too much. So I'll go ahead and copy you, slide you back over to here, and then we'll go ahead and use this guy here. Now, second question is, what if we were to add some corners like we see for this guy's hair? This guy's hair has corners along the edges. It's not round. So if we were to add a little pointy bits here for the hair, interesting. It's a small change, but a big one compared to, that changed the hairstyle entirely. He looks like one of those generals that, I don't even remember what archetype, but one of those generals. If he had blonde hair, if I just grab very quickly, maybe that hair, maybe that's good for blonde. And yeah, do you see it? Like is it G.I. Joe maybe? The hairstyle. And military haircut. That's what I see. By only just changing the pixels a little bit. That's so interesting. Oh boy, okay. One more thing I want to do before we move on to the other directions of the hair. I'm going to copy this guy here, and then we're going to paste you here, slide you over a little bit more, and then we're going to copy you here, slide you over a little bit more. I want to see about the front of the hairstyle. And like LT Surge from Pokemon, now, I don't know the names of Pokemon. I only know of Lance, but if I had to guess, this guy. Is that LT Surge? If I had to wonder, his hairstyle isn't like the one I drew, but that's the only Sergeant guy I remember looking at when I was looking at different references. And yeah, I see, lovely. I'm glad how you could tell just at a glance the personalities of the different characters. It's quite silly, but quite lovely. It's good character design. And oh, actually, hold on, give me 1 second. I will be right back. Let me turn off the heater. It's getting hot. Oh boy. Okay, already back. Though it seems to be the case of ads are about to start. Okay, this is fine, this is okay. I believe we should be able to wrap up at least the front, and then we can go to the other directions that frequent the area to which we desire. If I go at, oh no. What have I done? Now he has a little Minecraft helmet. If I just go ahead there and I were to fill that in, there he goes. That is quite adorable, I can't say that much. Oh boy. Well, move them back upwards. There we go. Now he has... And wait a minute, I'm a subscriber! You might have been gifted, Sortazar, and you just don't recall. And that's quite silly you found out with the emote. Well, I wanted to check and see is if we were to either remove some of the hair bit here. So for example, if we remove this, it definitely does change it a bit. If we were to maybe... Oh, hold on. Oh, you're not even. Hold on, hold your horses. Are you even? No, you're definitely not even. Slide you over there. Okay, and if we were to remove this here, something there, it's interesting just how a few changes can... Now he looks like a fancy fellow. He's ready for school. Oh boy. And yeah, I'm gonna save this. It's a small change, but this is fun. I'm enjoying myself. It's such a small thing, but you can really do a lot with a few pixels, it turns out, which I'm quite surprised by. And take my money. Now, I remember giving money to you, like right now. Thank you. That's quite it feels like an intimidating threat. Thank you nonetheless. Oh boy. If we go ahead and oh, hold on, wrong thing here. We don't want to remove that there. There we go. If we then were to go flat entirely, so let's just do this here. Oh. I don't know how I feel about that one. It can be adorable. I'm saving that one too. Oh boy, we'll copy that there, and we'll also slide you over there. There you go, and then we'll go back to here. So, if we were to, let's see, separate that there. These two guys have a bit in between it. Mushroom cup. Yep. Oh boy, it's adorable though. He wears it well. Then there's also, let's see, if I go ahead and, now, there's also, what is it? If it's not straight, if it's not down, what if we exaggerate it a bit? So what if we bring this really down, and then we do this guy up? Huh, interesting. Maybe if we do, no, I think this is fine right here. There are so many different hairstyles just from this few tweaks of the sprite. And then what we can do from there, I think, is if we just were to do this guy here and that guy there, or if we, I see why they add the line there. There we go. Something like that. I can see that working out well. We'll go to the ad break, but already a lot more progress done than last time with just a few tweaks. Oh boy. All right, let's go ahead and click the button there, which gives me time to have some tea. This is fun though. I'm enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would. Usually hair is quite frustrating. It's fun, but frustrating. This just feels like, and the last one's just, Sakata from Dandadan. Hold on, I don't know names, but I have recently talked about Dandadan. Let's see, Sakata Dan. Which one's that one? Is it the main character? Oh, it's that one. I see. It's that one. Yeah, no, I can see it. I can definitely see it. Hold on, let me just, so we're all on the same page here. I do remember this guy. He recently showed up. If I go ahead and just, if I click on new, I think is the reference that'll pull up, and if I then unhide this guy here, can you see the screen? I do this guy here, and then we do this guy here. Ah, good, lovely. You should be able to see it now. I'll make it smaller here, and he's peak trust. You know, I haven't gotten far into it. This is the character, and then the similarities with the hair. I can see it though. He has bangs. This character doesn't feel, or this hairstyle doesn't feel like it has bangs. I think if we were to make it look like it had bangs, we might have to add outlines to the bottom to make it feel bang-like. I think that would be the thing to do, possibly, or we would have to make it go up a little bit more. He has that M cut that I see a lot of when it comes to anime characters, where the bangs have M's, and I've always struggled when it comes to M. I think I can show you here. Is there a little M? No, I think I might have given up on the M once I realized I couldn't do it. But the M's tricky. Maybe we can get to it today. Let me go ahead and remove that guy here, save that guy here. I should be able to subtract it, and now, tea time. Let's see here. Unfortunately, my tea does not have tea. This is just sugary water. There's no flavor. Next time I'll get up and get more another tea bag, because that's not tea. That's not tea at all. That's not what I expected to taste. Since we do have some time before the ad breaks are over, though, why don't we go ahead and stretch then? And if you put hair on just the sides, an old man. Ah, I see. I like the idea. Sugary water. Ears is a bee. You know, if I were to be anything, I quite like the idea of hummingbird. Hummingbirds are adorable, and they have a lot of energy. And they, you know, their wings and the phenomenon of them beating very fast and not even being able to be seen by the naked human eye, and them being very colorful and what is it called? Reflection? No. It's like a dragon. It's like a little flying dragon. I forget the word. It starts with a T. T something. T, not translucent. I don't remember the word. Scaly, but I don't remember the color of the word. I do remember, I'll tell you. Let's see. What I wanted to do was I wanted to go back here, color you here, paste you here. There we go. We'll slide that over. We'll save it for when the ad breaks are up. And oh, never mind. Guess we don't have time for stretching. Ad breaks are up. Welcome back from the ad breaks. Before we continue to the other parts of the head, transparent? No. It's something to do with the scaly look of the scales. It might not start with T, the word I'm thinking of, but no, not transparent. It's reflective, very reflective, and it changes colors under iridescent. I think the word I'm looking for is iridescent. Well, that does not start with T. Let me go ahead and slide this over. I wanted to quickly see about Oh, I have not heard of theropod before. Hold on, I just realized Pam from Stardew Valley has curly hair. Oh, great point. I will write that down. That's a good point. Let's see. Pam, Pamstardw. Thank you for that one. The English language defeating Irisism. I'm bringing it again. Eventually words will happen, and no, theropods are a dinosaur. Let's see. Let me slide that over. And hi, Queen Leah. Welcome back into stream. I do recognize that name. Welcome back in. I wanted to very quickly see about the old man haircut. If we just hold on. If we just go over here, and then we just were to just take a little bit off the top, just a little bit. And hi, Venus. What an entrance. Welcome into stream. And how are you doing today? I'm doing much better now. And oh, did the chat start working? I don't see it on screen anymore, but it just yes, it did. I caught you that time. Hold on. If I were to do refresh, will that work? Does that, let's see, be there? I caught you in the act. One more time. Let's just see if nope. Okay. Good to know. Okay. That's all right. That's okay. We have backup. Oh boy. I'm glad I caught it in time. Okay. Where were we? We were seeing about the hairstyle of old man, weren't we? Yes, indeed. It does give the look of old man. I can agree to that one. He's aged quite a few years. And see, at least the pattern has been completed. Oh boy. With that said, let's go ahead now and try to do his side profile. I'll go ahead and save this, and then we'll go ahead and grab the one that looks most similar to his. Of these, I believe the most similar one would be, if I zoom out a little bit, this one here. This one here seems to be the closest. So we'll go ahead and grab that plate here, and if we copy you, paste you down. Oh, nope, not that. Don't want to do that. And either old man or He looks adorable. And I have a question. Ask away. No. I don't want to breathe out. And the audio effect didn't go off either. Okay. Right. We'll breathe. But yeah, so feel free to ask the question, Queen Leo. And let me go ahead and hide the old chat since the new one's working again. Okay. Right. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. There we go. Breathing has been completed, and I also have a question. What is wrong with you? And do you play video games? I do indeedy. I can't list the games currently because I'm distracted, but I can say the current game I am playing at the moment is a game called Satisfactory. That's the one that's captured my heart at the moment. But I play a lot of games. Yes, indeedy. Right, now, where were we before we were interrupted? And hi, Cat Sound Keyboard. Welcome to the stream. Hi, I hope everyone's having a great day. And if you're not, please reconsider. Well, welcome in. And she loves, nope, horror games, terrifying. And you, yes, I do know Team Fortress 2, though. It is not one of my favorite games. I do like it, though. I need to go back into Satisfactory. Don't you dare. It's not a good idea. Once you enter your time is robbed. You are robbed of time. Let me go ahead and paste this guy down here. We'll slide you down here. We'll go ahead and enable our reference here. Flip you over to this side here. Now, if we were to do the hairstyle from the side reference, and she's lying, she loves horror games. No, I don't. They're too scary. And I blinked and it's gone. And now it's back. Okay, hair tie. Let's see. Now, for his hair, it's interesting again. Now, I wonder if this is are the lines here caused by his face or are they caused by the hair? If we were to draw a line from here into here, it would imply that maybe this is the hair, the other side of the hair. So I wonder if that is the hairline or not. I started a new GTNH in Minecraft and world, and a friend I've been absorbed. Oh, my Minecraft stages do not last well. I'll go ahead and we'll start off by adding. Now, I noticed there's a lot of space for the forehead and near the eye, so I'll do my best to mimic that. We'll go back to the ear a bit here, and then we'll keep it all the way back here, kind of back in this area here, and then we'll also go back a little bit here. Something I think there is comparable, and Greg, oh, I see, Greg Tech New Horizons. I'm guessing that's a mod pack then. I've never really been a fan of tech mod packs. I'm always a fan of magic, and hi, ooh, Lex. I think that's what you said to call you. Welcome back in the stream. Welcome back in. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and add it now. From our memory, we know we don't add the extra line, or the extra line outside of the head. So, to add hair for this guy, you would just do something like this. You wouldn't add additional hair, or actually, hold on. This guy has extra hair out a little bit more. So I wonder, do you do this for the hair, or do you add the little bit after, or do you pop it out by one, do you think? And how do you remember? I have been away from Twitch for months. I do like silly sounding names. Lex is quite fun. It's quite fun to say Lex. Perplexed, complex. Let's see here. If we go ahead and make you out one more, I'm wondering if how much that'll change of it. And it's like the most complicated mod pack ever made. Only about 30 people. Ah, I see. That's the thing then. I don't finish mod packs. Not really. I always remain within the stage of just starting, never finishing. Always working on my base. We'll go ahead and add this guy here, add that guy there, and these are the two differences. So, left is it not popped out by one. Right is it popped out by one. And now, my question then is, if this is it not popped out, and that's it popped out, and this one here is popped out, what does he, oh, hold on, there we go. What does he look like if he didn't have the pop out by one? So if we were to just add the hair in without popping it out, how would it look like? So if we go ahead and just grab this here, copy you, we'll then paste you over, slide you over just a little bit here, and if we were to remove all of this bit here, so we were going to remove you, and you, and you, Does it give us a different flavor? It most certainly does. Interesting. Okay. I'd say that for the front view, popping it out of the head looks nicer than keeping it within the head. But then popping it here, or not keeping it popped, is better. So it's interesting that this one, pop looks nicer here. I think it looks worser here. So I would pair these two together, though these two would be more comparable together. Interesting. Now, oh, you know what? I do know that when we do the rotation, it might look a little bit different because the hair is not up by one. So maybe if we were to up the sky by at least one, possibly that might work out. I don't know. Interesting. Okay, we'll see. We'll certainly see. We'll keep all of these here because we have the space. Lots of space, should we need it. And I did read that as well. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so let's see. No, my throat. Hold on if I slide you over. Okay, throat all cleared. Let's go ahead and save this guy here. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Next thing to note is that there is a bit of shading along the bottom, and there's a little bit of anti-aliasing too, along the edges here and here. So if we were to go back down here, grab a darker color. I'm wondering, is this brown too, is this too dark? No, I think it's close enough. Though I just noticed that you good sir, what layer are you? You are, it seems you might have done a little bit too many layers. That's okay. This can be redone. You can be rebuilt. I select you here, and I just we'll be back. Don't you need it? Timmy will be fine. He's just gonna move that down there, and then we're gonna grab this guy here. Go up to this layer here, paste this guy in, save this guy here, then go back to this list layer, copy you, and paste you there. It's like nothing even ever happened. We'll go ahead and save this guy here. And what I wanted to do was see about adding the shading, and no such thing as too many layers. Exactly. Yes, indeed, I agree. No such thing as too many layers. We'll go ahead and save you here. We'll then grab you here. Oh, if it lets me, grab you here, copy and slide. I need my 100 layers for emotional support. I agree. And layers tend to be the bane of my existence. I agree as well. Sometimes layers can get painful. The good news is that if you're having trouble with layers, you can paint the layer. Now, I know that this is a plugin I have, but there is a way to do it in regular Aseprite. If you double click this, you can change the color of the layer here through regular Aseprite. So if it does help, you can change it to example for green. Maybe that'll help with your organization. Another thing, and I don't know what button it is, but there is a setting, or there's a hotkey you can use to hide all the layers that you're currently, or the layer you're currently on, and oh no. Oh, what have we done? Let me just, hide your current layer. There's one to hide current layer, and there's one to hide other layers. That's that one there. So you can also set those two up. That might also help with layer issues. Hide current layer, hide other layers. Which lets me know that, yeah, you have a little bit of hair here that we don't need. So I'm just gonna fix you up. I'm just gonna do that there and then that there, and then hold on if we just wait, how? Oh, I see. There you go. There you are. And I never knew that. Thank you. Color coding will help me so much. I'm glad to help. I know for certain. Color coding, if I can color code it, I'm good to go. Colors help me a lot, so I'm glad to know that that's helpful. Let's see. We'll save that guy there. And now, what I want to do is see about adding the darker color. So, let's go back into here. And if we add a dark color at the very bottom side here, I don't know about that one. Maybe if we do it down here. Oh, interesting. That's not the hairstyle we're going for, but interesting. Huh. Okay, let's try a few of these here. I'm gonna grab you here, copy, oh, hold on, grab that layer here, copy you, paste you here, slide you over. Okay, what if we were in hydration? Sure can
Cat
do.
sat on keyboard, just
here.
redeemed hydrate.
Hydration is good to go. Thank you for that redeem. Let's see here. I wonder if we can make the hair look like this. Maybe this is why the hair kind of pops out a little bit more. If we were to add that extra layer above, maybe we can make the hair look a little bit rounder if we were to use the additional layer that I talked about omitting earlier. And oh no, hold on, hold on. Yes, now if we do the layer hotkey, what you'll be able to see is if I hide the current layer, yeah, this color here, this color here should not be. If I go and select all of that, undo, and then undo. Yep, you don't need to be that. I go back to our hair layer here. I go and paste this guy here. Yep, and then we go ahead and hide the, where'd the plates go? Is it, huh? Okay, we're good. Oh no, and I mostly 3D model and still only believe in one? Huh, I don't know how you do it. There's even a challenge out there for people who use a lot of layers, the 1 layer challenge. do it if you dare. And I've definitely gotten better at using less layers because I do different iterations, but one layer to rule them all? Nah, nope, nada. I like my layers. It's why I do digital art. I like the freedom of it. Let's see. I'm wondering, maybe if we were to add hair below the ear here, for example, and we were to add a little bit of hair here, would that make it look like he has additional hair? So if we do something like that, if we then remove this here and this here, if we were to do something like how his hair is up there, maybe if we were to do something like that, and 1 pixel per layer, okay, hold on now. That's a little excessive. If we were to do something like this, maybe if we remove that line, then there, I do quite like this. This I'm not too opposed to. And now, if we were to add in the lighting down here, yeah, I like that a lot better. Maybe if we were to add there, that definitely feels nicer. Now, I wonder about the lighting here, but we add that there for the, nah, I think this is okay. I like this one a lot more. And I usually don't bother with layers since I give up on projects, but I need to get properly organized. Now see, I do a lot of layers, but naming the layers is another issue that I sometimes may do and may not do. It depends on if I plan to only use it once or if it's gonna be a big project. I like this. This feels like it works. We get the best of both worlds. While it doesn't hug to the hair as the other ones do, I think because we have the benefit of this one already being up, we're good to go. And lastly is going to be the back of the head. So we'll go ahead and grab this guy here, copy you here. That's not a copy. There we go, copy and paste. Let's go ahead and paste this guy downward. So if I go ahead and grab this guy here, and we go ahead and just smooth you on down to here. Oh, hold on, your reference, you need to be, oh, I see why. Okay, delete you. Yeah, oh, what did I delete? Hold on. I need to delete you. You guys need to be deleted. Yeah, you're not a thing. There you go. Okay, and then grab you here. There you are. We need to grab the back of the head. That's this little guy here. And I don't have time to name a layer. I can understand that as well. Naming layers is nice when you can do it. Painful when you can't. I'm busy looking for a layer I can't find because I didn't name it. We'll see. The good news about Aseprite, at least, is that you can go to a specific layer. For example, if I wanted to know what layer this hair is on, I can use the hotkey. If you click, if you make sure you're on brush, and then you hold down control, and then you click it, it'll bring you to that layer. That is also help. So if I want to know, okay, what layer is this guy on? Hold down control, make sure I'm on brush, hold down control, click, he's on the reference layer. If I want to know what color these are on, or what layer these guys are on, hold down control, click, it's on hair 3. It should not be hair 3, truth be told, it should be on its own layer. But that has also helped a lot with me figuring out what is on what layer. And we'll do PAL, because that's not PAL, 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 because it is our palette. But that said, we'll go ahead and save that guy, zoom in a little bit here, and go back to the layer we were on. Or actually, we need to go to the hair layer, don't we? And I'll go ahead and grab our symmetry tool again. Scroll out a little bit more. Slide you over a smidge about here. Good to go, about there. And let's go ahead and see what we can get. And I have to name my layers, or my OCD will not allow me to draw. I can understand that too. Oh boy. Yes, neat, this is nice. And you can make it flash when you select it. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes! However, me and lights and then the rave lights, they don't go together too well. I'll go ahead and grab this here and the back of his hair. Now, it's interesting to note. The thing is, the perspective of Timmy here is different than this guy. This guy's perspective, we're looking at it more from top down. So we see more of the head on top of the body. For mine, we see more, what's the word I'm looking for? This is top down. This is less top down. That's to say, if I grab you here. Okay, so you have the front of a little box here. This is a little box. Let's name him Jim. Jim, this little box here. We have the front of Jim here, and then we also have, and I'll go ahead and just stretch this out a little bit. We have the front of Jim here, and then we have the side and then the top. So if you're looking at it from the side, this is what you would see. If you're looking at it from the top, this is what you would see. The top of Jim, or Jim, yep, let's just say his name is Jim. I don't know what else it was. And what this guy's head looks like is, we take a bit of the side, you would move a little bit here, and then you would add some of the top here. So something more so like this, I'd say. A lot of top. You're seeing a lot of top as you're seeing the top and a little bit of side. For Timmy here, though, Timmy's a little bit different. We have a lot of the side, but a little bit of the top. So his perspective is more so, if I grab this, lower that just a smidge here, grab a little bit more of this, if I can, copy that, paste that here, we're seeing it more so like this here. That's the perspective of Timmy. This is the perspective of this guy, and this is the side and this is the top. So he's kind of an in-between what you would get as you're slowly rotating your camera to look upwards and downwards between the object. So it's gonna be a little bit different when we're looking at it because we're seeing it from the top. His head goes above his body. That's why there's an outline here. I don't have an outline since we're seeing more of the side than the top. So I wonder if we should add that outline. But if we do add that outline, then our perspective will change a lot. And you know what? Let's test this theory as it's a theory. It's like a film theory. But I haven't actually tested it to see if this is the reason why I decided to go this, or yeah, if this is the reason why I decided to not do an outline. Yeah, doesn't that feel like it changed the way he looks in perspective? If I maybe do this here, and if we were to maybe add a little bit extra here, and then add a little bit more here and here. Oh, well, he does have we did make him a little bit chunkier. Okay, maybe if we do this here. Okay, now you're super duper chunky. Like that there. That definitely changes it. And if I go ahead and copy you here, paste you, slide you over to here, I certainly, granted this is not the best example, definitely feel like it does add more perspective to him. It feels like we're seeing more of the head. And another thing too is that if I were to just add more light here from the top to bottom, it would also change the look of the head. And I'd say it looks a little bit off just because of the way we have things already. And if I grab this color here, let's see if I grab that color here, and we just were to add that there. Yeah, now it looks like we're looking directly at him, doesn't it? Which is a little creepy because he has no eyes. He's a little teeny tiny Slenderman. Oh my. We'll go ahead and we'll erase this guy here. And I do really that too. Lovely. If it will allow me to erase it. What layer is this? I see. We'll go ahead and erase that then. And then we'll bring this guy back here. Or we'll wait. Let me go ahead and grab this guy here. Drag you over to here. Save that there. And then we'll go ahead and save you here. Now, looking at this guy, I'll remove this layer and we'll go back to our hair layer here. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to see if we could just get away with adding a little bit of hair here. Now, remember, since these guys have a bit of hair at the top, we definitely need to make sure we bulk the top up a little bit so that when we're rotating this guy, it doesn't feel off. So I'm gonna add here, I think, all the way around here-ish. I think that'll work out well. Though, the hair does look a little bit off. Maybe this is why they have the outline for it. If I were to add the line here, he's just turned into Circle Man. He's now Circle Man. He's adorable. Oh boy, let's see. Maybe this could work though. It could possibly work if we add a little bit more definition down here. That could work. Though his head kind of goes downwards. It's not even. Granted, it's a different sprite size. But maybe if we were to add more, no. Well, I take it back. Not a good idea. I don't think that's gonna work. Maybe if we were to erase this edge here of this, yeah, something feels off about this that I'm not too sure I enjoy the look of. Yeah, if we were to do something like this, he turns back into Circle Man. We're back where we started. And hi, Jackson. Welcome to the stream. Welcome in. He looks happy. Let him be. That started off so calm. Oh boy. We'll go ahead and we'll remove our Circle Man here. We'll try to see if adding our darkness back does help a little bit. And if we add the bit down, hold on, wrong color. If we add a bit of a layer down here, just about down here-ish, about there and there, it definitely looks like we're seeing a lot of his head. And this is the shading idea I was talking about, where we have a lot of the top and a little bit of the side. But because of the perspective we're going for, we might be better off doing more of the shade, less of the top. So if I were to do something more like this, it would give us a look of more of the shade, less of the top. Depends on how we want it to look like to the player. So do we want it to be a little bit rounder up here and then we only see a little bit of the top of the head? It depends on how much you would want to see. I do think this is okay. It's not preferred, but it's okay. It definitely gives them a little shiny bit on the top. I wonder if we can maybe move this guy outwards a little bit more. Maybe that can work out, possibly for the rest of the hair. It is important to note as well that this guy here, there's a little bit of shading going on here. So that would make you think, okay, if there's shading about there, then we would add shading about here. But then it might look a little funny because this might be seen as the top of the head, when this is more of the side of the head, and you don't really see the top of the head from this perspective. So maybe that might work. We'll see. With all of that said and done, now what we can go ahead and do is we can put him into a rave and see how well he turns out. Literally. if we go ahead and add you here to our 32 by 32, we can then spin to win. If I go ahead and merge this hair down with our plates, we go and hide this guy here. We'll first start off by grabbing this guy here, pasting him down, then we'll do Alt-B, I believe, for a new empty layer. We'll then grab this guy here and glue to here, paste you, flip you, put you to this spot there, I believe is where you turn. Do you turn forward or backwards? I do not remember. How does that look? How are we looking here? Oh, yeah, we'll move you backwards by one. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Maybe. We'll see. And he's got a spin. Yeah, he's got a spin. Alt-B again. And now we just need to add one more to his dimensions. And now, oh, he looks like he's little. Oh, that's quite cute. Hold on, if we just do that. That's adorable. Hold on, if we just if I move this guy down here so I can edit the frames. If we were to just a smidge of an edit here, when he hops up, oh, we don't get to see his eyes. Maybe if we do eyes closed here, does it look like he's turning up? But let's see, move you up here, move you up to here, up to there. Nah, it doesn't. I was hoping to make him look happy, but I don't think we can. Maybe if we do this here, that works, kinda. It makes him look like an alien with 3 eyes. I take it back. Yep, you don't get a happy jump, but that is quite an adorable little happy jump. We'll go ahead and remove that guy here. We'll go back to where we were. I'll then go ahead and move this guy back to the side. That way we can get a little bit more space, and he lives in the Spain without the A. Hold on now. Yes, you know, that's okay. As long as it's not the Spain without the S. Oh boy. We'll go ahead and we will move this guy down by 1. Poor guy, since it's to eternity to speed. Is that truly such a bad thing? Is that a bad fate? I'd say nay. It can work out well, though. I think that would go there. I'm wondering, my issue is that this moves. This corner stays still. I don't like that. I think we'd have to modify something here. This corner stays consistent the entirety around. I think it would look better if we add a little bit of edge here. Now it kind of looks like he's spinning everywhere. Though, something's still off. It looks like his body's moving over. Nah, I live in that one. I know. And now, I wonder why. Is it because his body needs to be moved over? Nope. The animation looks jagged. That's what I'm saying. And this one definitely less jagged. You can see more of his head moving around. And I definitely think I like that a lot more, but something's off about this, and I'm not quite sure what it is. This body here then moves to that body there. I would then think that would move to there, which then moves to that. But something feels off about it. Just, I don't know what exactly, but it doesn't feel smooth. I definitely think removing, or if I go back here, you can see this corner. Everything moves but that corner. Kind of makes him look like he's a loading scroll wheel like for a mouse. So I definitely think adding a bit of action there helped. If I just use that there, though it's something still a little bit off about it. And the dots of the hips when facing back, the dots of the hips are supposed to be, though that is a good point. These are supposed to represent the arms in the back so that it shows the arms are backwards instead of forwards. That's what those dots are supposed to be. And you see a shark fin reaching out of the water, circling you. Dun 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 dun. Hi, Torn. Welcome back in the stream. Welcome back in. I wonder what it is that feels off. We have this. If I were to just delete this guy, that's not too bad. This, maybe it's the center guy here that's a little bit off. If we slide you over again, that definitely doesn't look right. If we move you, oh, that definitely fixes a bit of it. Here. Oh, you know what? I know what the issue is. I know what it is. If we just set the frame loop and we make it ping pong. There we go. That fixed it. Yes, the issue was that it was going from this frame and then to this frame. So it looked really weird because it was going from front to back. What the ping pong does is it goes forwards and backwards instead of looping around and around. That's why it looks, hold on, are you no longer ping pong? Do I have to pause and play you again? Ping pong. There we go. Now he's turning left and right. If we were to make him go around and around, to make it look correct, what I'd have to do is I would have to delete this guy. I would then grab this guy here, go to another new frame here, and I would have to flip this guy. So I'd flip him over, move him over here, and now you can see the full spin. And I definitely think that's okay. the top of the head not moving as much, I'm not too much a fan of, but all in all, it definitely doesn't feel as bad as it initially did. I might say maybe moving that guy around and maybe adding a little bit more hair here would work out in our favor a little bit more, though. Then it looks like he has maybe a little bit of a forehead, which is not what we were after. But maybe that could help just a smidge in making it not look as sharp. Yeah, and then did I just go back to what we initially had? Yes, I did. Yeah, the bottom of his head is moving, but not the top. The first time we see someone using the ping pong loop, I enjoy the ping pong. The ping pong tends to add a nice flair to it. It stands up dressed like a shark. You ruined the surprise. Do you know how much all this stuff cost? All the effort. Stumbling away. Well, you know, it was a good surprise the first time around. I'm wondering if we were to just add a little bit off the top here. Yeah, if we were to make you either have this guy go lower, I think could help with the animation bit. So if we just were to do that guy there. Nah, okay. Yeah, that top's gotta go. Something's off with the top. I'm wondering if we just add a few bits here at the top, if that would help. But it makes its head look like it's going up and down, which is, I'm not sure is this the thing we want, but I think this looks better all in all. Maybe a little off because it looks wider, but truth be told, I'm okay with the wideness. I think the issue could be solved by possibly curving out this bit here to maybe make it look curvier. Maybe if we do this here and this here, we can make it look more like a circle. But I do like that a lot more than what we had, where the top wasn't moving, but the bottom was. So I would call this a good spin. So this would be the bottom of his head, or yeah, this would be the back of his head. This is the back one. The back one is the one we had to change. So we went from looking, and let me undo this as well. Undo, 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 undo. Where are we at? We are here. Yep, undo, undo. Ah, there we go. Okay, undo, redo. I merged them down earlier. The correct look to it would be this guy here. If we are counting an animation, then it should look like this instead of that one. This one looks better for animation's sake. Okay, well then, that's our first guy done then. Isn't that lovely? Now we can move on to bigger, better things. Let's go back over here. For our next guy, and I think I'd add one little pixel at the corner of frames 2 and 4 and do something like 2. You add to the left of his head, and 4, you do it to the right. Hold on, let's see. You would add 1 pixel at the corner of frames 2 and 4. 2, so a pixel here, are you saying? A pixel here, and to the left of his head, no, the left of his head, and 4, you do the right. So here and here. Huh. I know that's the technique we talked about earlier, or that we were looking about earlier when we were looking at the Pixelart of the day, was it? If I go back into here and I enable the screen, you should be able to see it. And looking at this guy, how this one had a pixel right here. Granted, this wasn't for animation, but it's interesting you point that out, to have a pixel outside of the lines. I barely see it done until now. Now I'm seeing it everywhere a little bit. For example, we saw it on him somewhere here, his other sprite, here. Yeah. These guys go out of the lines, which is interesting. I don't know how I feel about this one here. It definitely adds flavor to it. I can't say that much. Maybe I would say to make this guy a little bit brighter here, so we could imply the direction by just adding lighting to our corners. So maybe we could say something like this instead. And then maybe if we were to do this guy as the very tippy top, like that up there, and then if we were to do the back of the hair, we would add in, okay, maybe not this color here. But maybe something like that could also show the difference in directions too. And I'll go ahead and undo these guys here. We'll undo you here, undo, 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 undo. And we'll undo you here. And then we'll undo, I think we're good to go. Undo all of you guys there. Thank you for the idea, those sorts are, right? Thank you. With that said, we now have another person to do. Now, what I'm thinking is we can go for more of a classy style, or classic style, not classy style. And yeah, it's more like the top of his head seems like it wasn't changing sides, so I'd add the pixel to see if the movement worked. Ah, yeah, experimentation's always super fun. It's the idea of, because it's such few pixels, you can really play around and experiment with it a lot. A lot. And that is one of the joys of Pixelart, I would certainly say. A few pixels can make a difference just to change the hairstyle. And we didn't even touch on the color of the hairstyle or adding any of the shading. It's lovely. Going back to here, I want to do another guy that has 3 sides. And what I'm wondering is, maybe we go for either this guy here, and is that a clown ears? No, what part of this looks like me? Huh? None. I'll answer light this back up. I think we'll go for the hairstyle of the common hairstyle. This guy doesn't truly have a common one, so I'm wondering it. All of them. And if it was picking the nose, no, not at all. And Pokemon Black and White sprites, childhood restorative 5 social credits have been given. Well, thank you. And yes, Pokemon Black and White sprites are the ones we have been focusing on, as I definitely really enjoy how they have examples of big sprites and then small sprites, and you can see what they decided to change about the design. That's what I was saying earlier, is that I think tomorrow, instead of doing 1-bit, maybe we'll do clothing. That way, when we do get to 1-bit, we'll have an idea of how clothing works, and we can just keep working on looking at all of these characters here, as they do have different outfits and stuff. I think that could be fun to do. And the nose picking, oh boy. I think we shall do this guy right here. He shall be the character we attempt to do next. So go, oh, you know what? We can also see about this guy too. Not too shabby. There's 2 different hairstyles that we can certainly try. And it sounds really fun. Doing the clothing, the 1-bit, or more of the hair. Of all of the above, and yes, I agree. I'll go ahead and save this guy here. And we'll go ahead and go back to our reference guy here. Paste you into here. And then we'll grab our Timmy here. Timmy, come forth henceforth, and both, yes, everything. Good! I'm happy to hear it. We'll go ahead and go back over to here a little bit. And now, let's try this one. I think this is a more classic dude hair. What I realized after trying my best to collect a lot of male hairstyles is that I truly always have done female. I have no idea what different hairstyles for men are called, and I want to get better at it, but I really only know long, wavy, and then short. But I didn't realize how many different short hairstyles there were. They just kept going. You have like short at the front, and then sometimes it's like short at the side, or short at the back, or really short, or like a part in between. There's so many different options, and I never realized that. So to think of, that's the fact as well that the short hairstyles are really easy to customize. It opens up a new portal. And this entire time I've been struggling with these long hairstyles. I might just stick to short for a while. This is fun. Let me go ahead and hide this here. And I'd like to create one little design on the style of black and white. Do you have a full body model as a reference? Why not do a little fan art for motivation for doing something today? Oh, I do appreciate that. Unfortunately, not quite a full, what is it called? Not quite a full body, but I can show you if I can find it. Hold on. Pixelart. Where is it at? I get lost in my own files. Pixelart. I found it. Pixelart. And then if I click on here, where are we at? I can click on, here. This is the closest I have at the moment to full body. I do in the future plan to. But you got the jacket, and then it's just a really long skirt at the bottom. A long, or it's not a skirt, no, skirt's gonna be long. Yeah, pink skirt at the very bottom. I get lost in my own files. That's so me. That's so me, for real. Oh boy, let me go ahead and close this guy here. We'll go back over to here.
Ruggy3 just redeemed hydrate.
Welcome in the stream, welcome in. And thanks, of course, thanks for asking us. I do love looking at fan art. It's always sweet when someone takes time out of their day to draw me. Let's see, water here. Tasty and Pixelart. Then she realizes all of her photos. Okay, you know what? Hold on, just so we're on the same page here of how I've done my best to organize my files. Why don't I go ahead and show you? I can certainly do that. Let me just yeah. Okay, so when I'm trying my best to find my files, this is what we're left with. This right here. I get lost, but it's organized a little bit. You know, when I want characters, I have characters. When I want to do trees, we have trees. It's just files on top of files and different folders. That's where we run into issues at. Oh boy, let me hide you here, and then we'll move it back to here. And she said draw her bald. I did not. And that's such a cute sprite. Thank you. It was tricky and Air's fear. It was for a Five Nights at Freddy's thumbnail that I tried to do. And I have like 800 folders for Pixelart. Oh, those are just the main folders. There's folders within those folders. Oh boy. And Air's fear. Very fear. Much fear. I can agree to that one. And that's a lot of files. At least I'm pretty organized. Attempts are made. Thank you. So let's see here. Well, let's try to do this guy's hair first. and then we'll go for this guy. I think that would be best. I've seen this hairstyle more often. This gives me the anime protagonist sort of deal. So let's give him a try first. We'll copy over our plate here, and then we'll move him over. And then we'll go and save. Zoom in a little bit so he can be seen. And then, let's see. We'll start off, oh, he also has brown hair, but we've already done brown hair. You know what? You look like you could be, red hair. How does red hair sound? Red hair. I'm sure you would look lovely in red hair if you think about it, really. Let me go ahead and grab that color here. Go back to this color here, that color there. There you go. Now, one thing to note that is different from this guy, they are part of the same game. This sprite here and this sprite here, and Ronald Weasley! I know it's from Harry Potter, but I haven't seen it before. This guy here, he keeps it simple. He keeps it soft. He keeps it sweet. 2 colors. Then you go to this guy, and you wonder, what? I'm looking at this. I think there's 3. I think there's 4 colors. No, 3 colors. 3 colors maybe. We have this color. We have this color, and then we have this. 4 colors. He has 4 colors in his hair. That's a big difference. I only have 3 colors. Okay, I see. I understand the game you're playing. And, you are no. Oh boy. We'll go back to here. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm wondering, is there a color here we can substitute for the highlight of our red? Maybe not. We might just have to make a brighter red. We might have to wing our red hair. So I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna go a little bit to a yellow. Gonna go up a little bit here. And let's go brighter a little bit here. Maybe we can use that color though. I'm thinking a little bit more orange. Maybe a little bit more orange. I'm thinking gold. Yeah, that color. We'll see how well that works. I don't know yet. But we'll keep it and see. And hold on. I remember that name. Kibakitsuki, I believe. Welcome back in the stream. Welcome back in. And color counting. It's always hard to figure out how many is too many. Well, I have noticed that when I draw hair, I tend to enjoy, if I can find it, it should be super duper easy to find, if I files, hold on, Aseprite, characters, hair 2, yes, lovely, here we go. I've noticed that I've found 4 or less colors. I use 2 colors for darkness, 2 colors for light, 1 color for highlight, and then 1 color for outline. That's been the idea. So I tend to use about 5 colors when it comes to hair, is what I've found to be the most. So this amount, when we go back to here, not too bad, but it just surprises me that we went from 2 to then 4. And hello, and hi Alex, welcome into stream as well, welcome in. Hello Iris, hello chat, hello, and welcome in. Let's see here. I'll go ahead and save this guy here, zoom in, and with all of that said and done, now let's see about our hair. Looking at all of you here, it first starts off with a bit of a wavy attitude to him. Well, not wavy, maybe the word is spiky, a little bit spiky. Now, remember we talked about earlier the idea of perspective, and the idea that we are seeing a lot of his hair because it's the very tippy top. We're seeing all of this light green, but because of the way our sprite is, we're not seeing as much green here, and we doubled hair colors. Lots of hair colors. I do love colors, which is why I've been enjoying one bit a lot. It gives me more appreciation for all the colors I've been using. We'll zoom out a little bit here. Let's first try our shape and then go from there to see if we can figure it out on how to do this. So we'll start off by making it symmetrical, and then maybe we'll change the front. The back seems to be symmetrical, but not the bangs. So I'll slide this guy over. We shall zoom in a little bit here, and let's see. We'll start off with the color, and I'm thinking we'll use this color here. And we're at hair, so we're good to go. We will save the bangs for a little bit later. Right now, we just want to see if we can make the hair come outwards. It's important to note that the hair does have a little bit of an outline, and there is a little bit of spikiness going on. So perhaps what we can do is add a bit of spikiness like that there. Though I then wonder if we can maybe see about doing this guy up a little bit more. If we were to add a bit of pointiness there, have that guy go down a little bit. And hi, Yuki Pixels. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. And thank you for the follows. Thank you. And oh, thank you for the subscription as well, Alex. Thank you too. Let me double check. No message, but 5 months. Well, congratulations and thank you again. Let's see here. I want to have the hair kind of go down and up. And hi. And for reference, there's a pose that you'd like for my attempt, or is there a pose you'd like for an attempt? It's a way of mine to train myself about commissions. I see. I don't know if I have the Pokemon trainers on hand. I don't believe so. Let me just double check here. If not, then no, just the fun, happy pose will work most certainly fine for me. I don't have any poses on hand, but the cheery ones are always my favorite. The, yeah, we can do it, teamer. We got this 100%. No one's dying here. Those are my favorite. Let's see. If I move you back into here, slide you down to here, and then we go to here. So I wonder if we make this guy go down and then this guy go upwards a little bit, do you think? And I didn't realize there was a little Aseprite pixel or Aseprite emote as well. That's adorable. If we add a little bit of height to his hair, I'm wondering if that'll how well that'll change it. If we move this over a little bit here, we don't want to go too heavy on the volume of the hair. We learned volume. Volume. We do not want to go too heavy on the volume of the hair, for that will make it look like he's wearing a wig. And we already made him look like a clown earlier. We won't be helping the matter much. So I'm wondering, do we go up one more, or do we keep it downwards? The thing is, well, these are smaller sprites. They are 32 by 32, which is double, or would it be quadrupled? Squared. Is squared double? No, square's not double. It's like 4 times as much. But we can fit one of these little guys can fit into 4 of these guys. So we definitely, it's a little tricky. We got a little bit of trickiness on our hands, but I think we can work with this. It's doable. I'm wondering if, because the hair is in front of the eyes, we can definitely bring it down a little bit more. We can also notice that some of it has an outline, some of it not. When we did the hair over here earlier, we did not have an outline for when it touched the, forehead. When it was touching the forehead. Here though, and you can see even here, this, I don't even know if the black outline's not touching it, but the bottom of the hair is. And here, we do have a bit of shading on the hair touching the bottom. So I wonder if that is what we'll do. Not too dark, but maybe this color here, that's pretty dark. Yeah, that's pretty good. And if any, hold on. If I do that, and then I do that, and then I do that, and then I do that, hold on. And then that, the M, I did it, the M that has been mysterious for so long. I don't know where we saw it earlier, but the M, I did a little hair M, a little, what would you call it? The little M bangs. I didn't think it was possible to do it, but it was. I mean, I knew it was possible. Me to do it. That's the difference here. And then maybe if you were to add a little bit of hair behind here, you could emphasize the M a little bit more. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, I'm saving that. Hold on. If I copy you here and we slide it over to here, I shall name him Cornelius. I'll copy you over here, slide you over to here. There we go. Well, that's sad. Let's see. And that's impressive. Go, shoo. None of that here. It makes me feel empty. Let's go ahead and remove the M that we had initially. How embarrassing. Okay. And hi, is it? Let's see. Chi, possibly? Welcome in. Hi. Get it out. And guy with a big M branded on his forehead has a name that doesn't contain an M. Maxwell. I can see him being a Maxwell. Fair point. And all right, she's over. She's grounded. Can't make me. Oh boy. So let's see. I'm wondering if we can, because this is covering, some of the hair is covering the ears and it goes out a little bit more. So maybe we can have this come out a smidge here. Now, it's of note that there isn't a point for the hair here. So there's no point. It's just, there's no spike, I mean. Sometimes you add a spike if you want it to feel, okay, how can I best describe this? When you're doing different areas and curves and edges, sometimes you want to add a dot for the edge, sometimes not. So for example here, and, oh, hold on, what happened here? A hype train has started. Well, I see. Well, nothing but the thingamajiggy. I see. Oh, I got spicked for a second. Here, you can see, if this were a side of a hair, to make it pointy, you do not have to do too much. If I slide you over to here, you would drag this guy out, and even just adding those 2 pixels alone makes it pointier. Then you could even add or remove that guy there. And it goes from being not pointy to less pointy, or less pointy to more pointy. Or you could even up the pointiness by there. Super duper pointy. One pixel difference. So it's important when you're looking at it, especially because the pixel is so small, are we going for really pointy hair? When I'm looking at this guy's hair, I'm not saying super duper pointy. That says compared to, let's see, here we are, pointy. He has pointy edges. That's if it's this versus this. That's what I'm looking for. And because he's supposed to be a sharp dragon guy, he gets points versus no points. So the points do make a little bit of a difference. There's a point to it. Now, all that said, let's see here. If I go ahead and move you up a bit more and then we go over a little bit, we add then the darker bits to the, we'll get back to the bangs. If you get to have your nose snacks, Manafi, let me enjoy it when the puns do appear in my mind. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and see about adding, well, these guys are super duper thin. That's a good idea. And then I'm wondering if we were to just add a few pixels in the back here, a bit like this here. And if we were to do this guy here, would it feel similar to what's going on in the other areas? So if we were to add a little bit here, and then we were to do this here, and then we were to crop it off a little bit more, and do more of you here, this is a tricky hairstyle. One thing I know for certain is the top of his head is round. That's important. So if I go ahead and copy you here, let me go ahead and slide it on down to here, and here's this peak with these puns, there simply could never have been a better stream. Oh boy. And sometimes my mind is blank. Other times, it's not. This is what happens when it's not. Oh boy, let's see. I'm going to suggest, or I'm going to think that let's stick to keeping it low and rounded. Step 1. We know for certain that's the base of his hair. Low and rounded. From there, this is the silhouette. At least the very top of it's low and rounded. From here, we would have to add these spikes in these areas. That way, we don't end up with something like this. So, with that said, maybe we can start off with silhouettes instead and see if we can get that spikiness. Now, because of how small this is, I'm thinking we keep it simple. Have one guy that goes in the back here, one guy that goes in the front, and then it is done. So, if we were to grab our darker color here, make it go up a little bit more, about here and here, or maybe rather, we go up here, and we were to then do, let's see, have you come inwards a little bit, maybe up a little bit here, and then we were to have the bit that comes outwards here, and then we have you come in bit there, and then we have the dark bit come about here, and then we were to add it. Maybe? That's definitely better, but he does look like a little dragon. He's got a little charm to him. I'll copy this guy, paste him over, and let's see. We have definitely reached the territory of tricky. Let's see. Grab you here, and slide you over. So, since that didn't work either, maybe, and I do notice too, the back of his back of his hair, it's simpler. It's, what is it called? It's bushy. That's what it reminds me of. It's bushy. It's round. It reminds me of how you would draw leaves. So, since that's the case, it's round in the back. There's no points. Round here. Maybe we can apply the leaf method. And such adorable little sprites. Thank you. These guys, I do enjoy drawing them. Maybe we can apply then, or apply. It'll hold on, not your body. We don't want to do that. You can keep your head. Oh boy. I'm wondering if we'll go ahead, start off by removing the sides, do what we did earlier. So I'll go ahead and remove that here, remove all of you here, remove that there, have that slide up a little bit, slide that down so it can be seen. Then we'll make sure that the hair does look round. We'll start off there. We won't add any extra features. We'll just start off here and here. Something like that. Though, I definitely think, and hold on, let me clear my throat here. I think we're all good. If I slide this guy over, save you here. Yeah, okay, move you there. Now, the front. Let's add a little lightning bolt. I usually like to do these. Oh, he's adorable. I usually like to add lightning bolts when it comes to shapes. Usually, when in my foliage, I do a little lightning bolt. If not a little lightning bolt, then my go-to shape is usually that. So I'm wondering, because I'm getting a bushy feel from him, maybe these are the shapes we can apply. So with that said, maybe we can start off by seeing about doing the bush idea here. That would be something like that, though we would move this guy maybe. And since that bit's covering the front, I'm going to wonder if you would want to do it maybe here. And since that guy doesn't have the point here, you maybe would do something there, though maybe that would go there, a little bit of a point there. Now, this is super thin, so I'm going to wonder if we can slide it over by one maybe over here, or maybe slide you over there. That's not too bad. The issue we then start to run into is the darkness when it comes to the hair. Not the darkness, shadow. Shadow. Thank you. The shadow in the hair. And if we were to do the dots, would they go here and here? Or would they go here and there? I'm going to maybe think here and stretch.
Sasha Logan just redeemed stretch.
We'll start off by going to the left here a little bit. Bouncing slowly. If you break anything, I should not be held liable. Call a doctor, call a lawyer, or speak to mine. As long as you don't speak to me. We'll then go to the right here for a little bit. Recommended to hold these for about a minute or so, but we don't have time for that. We'll then turn here. We'll then go down. And this is where you would hold it for a bit. So down a little bit here. And then you can also turn here. That's also a nice one there. And then go down here a little bit. And then you can also go down and hold that one. And, oh, would you look at that? It's already as we're doing the stretches too. Wow, what perfect timing then. Then go to the left a little bit and right a little bit here. Let's see, that's about a 5-minute warning. I think we can finish or do most of this. So let's see. And thank you for the team, by the way. So let's see here. Okay. Focusing, concentrating. We have the bottom of this guy. It's important to note that it comes down, but he doesn't have a little flick. So maybe we do that. Though I do like the little flick. He looks like a little Superman. I'm going to add that in. I'm also seeing that some of the hair parts out here comes out here and it's darker. So maybe we add a little bit of a lightning bolt here. So something like that there. Let's see. Maybe that would go there. And then we would add in that there. So maybe we can have it come down and down here. That wouldn't be too bad. Though I think it comes down too long. These guys are about the same height. So I'm going to move this guy up here instead. I think that works a little bit better. From there, we see a bit of his ear and a little bit of hair in the background. So what I'm going to wonder is, if we go ahead and remove this guy here, we'll then go over to here. Now, this front bit comes, oh, you know what? Maybe this comes behind because it looks like it's tucked behind the ear. Maybe that's it. So we'll have this front guy. Now, this definitely looks like a little leaf of some sort, but it's super duper pointy. And it's also the same height. So we'll keep to that idea, have this guy come out a little bit here, and then maybe we can get our bit here, bit here, bit here. The question then becomes, is this too pointy? We can move this in a little bit if need be, but I do think this is, yeah, let's maybe move this in a little bit more. And then maybe we can add, no, I think this is okay. We'll just keep it like this. We'll then add a darker dot here and here, since that's what these lines have. So darker dot there and there. And then there's a little bit of a point here too. So maybe we can add a small, teeny tiny point back there. That's not too bad. And then the back of the hair. So there's about a dot here and a dot here, which has not been addressed yet. And they're also in the darker colors. So what I'm wondering is, maybe we can now add a little bit of point here, though I don't know if it's going to be a good idea, considering where we're at. But it's okay, we can try. That's all we truly can do. A little point there, though it's not super duper tall, which is the super duper unfortunate part. But you know what? That's okay. Let's see about if we were to add a dot here, maybe a dot here. And you know what? It doesn't have to be one-to-one. I'm not against this. And then we were to add this bit here. So we copy this guy over, move you over to here. So there and there, about there. That's not too bad. Though he loses the roundness of his head, which is something I wanted to keep. So I'm wondering, maybe we can have this guy go in a little bit more. So something about here and here. Have it pop out a little bit, though. Then that makes his head look crushed. And we don't want that. So perhaps we can have this come down a little bit here, and then maybe have it come down out here. Though, then it makes it look like his hair's coming to the side, doesn't it? And if we want to remain it being round, then we're going to have to keep that round feel. So maybe we can go inwards here, and then add a little dot here, have that guy go in here. That's not too bad. It's not quite this shape, but I'm not too opposed to it. Poor guy got his head exploded, now he's covered in blood! No, that's not blood! That's not blood! And these small details do make the hair more interesting. Isn't it wild how just a few things here and there? I understand, Bobby, I understand. Small details, super duper small. I definitely like this a lot more than this. And if I had to guess why, It's the diagonal lines. These lines, when you do diagonal like this reminds me of dithering. It gives me the feel of something being very pointy, very sharp. And this guy already has a lot of these. So when I look at this, maybe if I do black and white, it might make it a little bit clearer. I see the round, or I see all of the pointy bits. So if I were to just do this, and I were to copy, just merge this down for a quick second here, and I were to then fill this in, I end up seeing something like this. And the spikiness is definitely not appealing. Maybe that's why I don't enjoy it. You're making Bobby lose his hair. Well, he'll be fine. You don't think he was... let's go to ad break, shall we? And his head like popped like a watermelon. No, he had no hair to begin with, and this is clearly, it's a little wig. It's a small little wig. He didn't grow this hair just for me to cut it all off. He's okay. Oh boy. Let me get some water here for my throat, and let me mute this as well. There we are. We're all good to go. Water has been had, so let's go ahead and do some back stretches while we're waiting on the ads. Let us start off, and funny you should say that. Huh? Huh? I don't like that sound. That doesn't sound like a good sound. Let's go to the right here, start off by going here. And then, let's go to the left here. It is recommended about every 30 minutes. What was it? No, 20 minutes. 20 minutes, what was it? Look at across the room about 20 meters. I don't know measurements. But look across your room about every 20 minutes for about 20 seconds. Can help with keeping your eyesight well. Then if we go back here. Oh no, my throat. And then we go back. And then we go front just a smidge here too. There we are. And we already did neck, but you know what? I could do a little bit more with some neck stretches. I do enjoy them. They are nice for the neck. Let's see here, left and right a little bit. Okay, I'm all good to go. Let me get a little bit more water here. And you know what? 1.5 minutes is, I'd say, enough time to grab a tea bag. I will be right back. Let me actually make sure my sugary water is not sugary water anymore. Welcome back into stream. Welcome back in. Reminder, folks, to take a break, save, stretch, hydrate, and eat if you haven't in a while. I kind of turned into pirate for a second. Welcome back in, and I certainly agree. Yes, indeedy. Breaks are important, stretching is important, and hydration also super duper important. You wouldn't want to wither up and... You know, anytime I think of just withering up, I think of the the chocolate lady from SpongeBob. Welcome back in. My tea is now steeping, so we should be good to go. Shall we continue with the front of this hairstyle here? And gives it a try. Breaks neck. I should not be held liable. You know, maybe what this hair needs is it needs the ring at the very top to show direction. I think this is as good as we're going to get for the sides of the hair, but we can try a little bit more, a few modifications here. See how we feel about it. Let's go ahead and slide this guy over and down a smidge here. We'll grab you, and then we'll go and copy you, slide you on over to here. And then here, and then, oh no, what have you done? I don't even know, I don't think I even want to know. Oh boy, let's see, do that there, yeah, that's why I don't want to know. Oh boy, let's see here. I think maybe adding our little ring might help a smidgen. What are they selling? Chocolate! Or was it deeper? Chocolate. That sounds more like I remember it. Let's add the ring around the hair here. So if I grab you here, and see about making sure we have our ruler here. If we were to add just a small ring around the hair, does this add more definition, do you think? No, it does not. It does not. It's not too bad, but it definitely doesn't. Our issue is that the perspectives are way off. We see he is about 50-50 hair. You see the top of his head and some of his face. This guy here, you see most of his face, not a lot of his hair. So it's going to be hard to try to do one-to-one. We'd have to kind of modify it a smidge. So instead of doing the full circle, you would only see maybe half of the circle. Maybe something like that can work out a little bit better. Maybe that, some of the circle. But then his circle also has extra details outside of the circle, which is where I start to question things. Then we have our light colors, the 2 more colors here. And I wonder if we do have to do all of them. Definitely we don't have to, but is it required? For example, if we move, oh, hold on. This color here, I'll go ahead and just remove that guy here. This color, I'm concerned about using it because it's quite similar to our outline. So I wanted to skip it. If we were to make this less like our outline, but still keep it dark, what might that look like? What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill all of these colors in, and let's see if we can find a darker color that does not use up, or that still allows us to see the difference between it and Timmy's outline. And how I like to usually is, I'll go to grayscale, and I have a plugin for this on Aseprite, but if you'd like to do it on your own, what you would do is you would do sprite, color mode, and set it to grayscale. Oh, hold on, what is this? Ah, it's indexed. Never mind, okay, sprite, color mode, grayscale, there it is. And you can see that the darkness and the character outline blends in, which is why I don't want to use that color. I want the colors to not blend in, but still be dark enough. And if I were to go to, well, first I turn on grayscale, that way I can see the differences. I keep my eyes on this guy over here, and then I'd go to file, and I would go to adjustments here. There's a few you could do, and I would mess around with these until I find something that's either super dark, a little bit brighter, or something in between. I would try my best to see if I could find something that I could see the differences, but not too much. And if I can't find anything, like right now I'm having a struggle too, then I would opt to either change the outline of the character or do something or lighten up the rest of the hair. So let's see. Since this is becoming, or since this is difficult to do, if that is the case, then I would take the rest of the colors to up them. That way they can step up. That's to say, if I go ahead and grab this guy, what I would do instead is I'm going to just make this dark color this shadow color here. Or we could even see about maybe if we go back up here a little bit, slide you over just a bit here, over a bit here, maybe this can be our darkest color. So that's pink. I don't want pink. I want red. I'd like the red idea. That's not too much of a difference. Hold on, maybe we could just do this color. Hold on, if I just do this, undo here, do that color, but it's not strong. There's not a strong difference, and that's what I'm looking for. I want a strong difference. So, with that said, we're gonna start off by just making you are the bright color, you're then the next color, and then you're the next color. Oh, hold on, it out-tabbed me. Then this is the next color after that. Something like that there. Makes it super duper obvious. And then what I would want to do is see about, okay, this, I'm going to make you the new darker color, then you're going to be the new medium color, and then, wait, am I back where we started? Kinda, sorta, just a smidge here, but it's definitely a lot better than the really dark one. So medium, dark, and then we can go ahead and see about, let me just double check. Did you, yeah, you guys are that color. I want to modify it a little bit. I don't like how similar they are. Maybe it's just a color palette thing. Maybe if we choose, let's see. You here. Yeah, I do like this purple. This purpley red is nice, but I don't think it serves our purpose. I think maybe that could work there, and then if that would be that color, that would be that color then, but that's way too dark. And maybe, it's just maybe, suggestion here, Maybe I'm just overthinking this too. It doesn't matter too much. It's just a preference. So you know what? For now, I'm going to keep what we had. And should need be the need to change, we can always. That's an option. So I'll do like that there. And with that said, now that we're back to square one, or square root, is it? It's square root 1. Let's slide this back down here. We'll go ahead and save it. And I'm wondering if we can add the rims around the edges. Oh, that's why I wanted to do it. I see. Understood. Okay, let's go ahead then and see about adding a medium color, so this color in between. The color should stay in between here and here. Now, we could go maybe the middle ground by adding the color that you would use for anti-aliasing, which would be this color here. And you could then maybe see about doing this here. But this reminds me of banding if we're trying to mix the colors together. Not too neat. I would keep it, truth be told, to this. I would then maybe see about just removing some of these guys here to give it a little bit more flair. And if anything, I almost think I should lower this down. Just down a little bit here, but nope, he needs volume. His hair needs to move. If we move you there and move you there, and we were to add more volume, how would it feel? Now he has a lump. He has a little lump on his head, and maybe then we accept him for as he is and keep it like this. I think this is okay. We unfortunately can't do the roundness of the hair just because of what it is. But aside from that, I want to mess around a little bit more with the back of the hair color and ideas. And then we'll move on to the side of the hair in the back. And thanks for the stream, of course, Trizzy. And I have fun and learned a lot. Gotta go now, no worries at all. And I hope to catch the next Friday stream. Well, thank you. And I hope you have a lovely time doing whatever it is you get up to. And thanks for stopping by and chatting for a bit as well. Let's see. Do that there, copy you here. Slide you on over to here. Oh, hold on. Save you here. Okay, so my other idea here was we would have to go here for our hair. Bring you down a little bit more than this guy here. What if we move that guy out a smidge? Then if we move that guy out a smidge, maybe it can look like the hair is coming outwards, and then we were to add a little bit of hair here, and then add a bit here and here. Would that make it look like the hair is kind of coming out the pointy bit? Something there and there could possibly work maybe. And it's interesting how the bottom of his hair too, you can see a little bit here, but again, we don't want to go for the idea of it being super duper pointy and spiky, so we'll stay away from that. And I think this here becomes a little bit too complicated. It would then run into the idea of what's in the front, what's in the back. Is this the back of the hair? Is this the front of the hair? This is the back of the hair, then you would see a little something like that, I think is okay. And then maybe we just grab this back hair here, remove this back hair here, paste it, and slide you over to here. Maybe then this can be the other part of the hair. Though, I think it might have to be slid out by 1, which isn't too bad. Let's slide this up so this is visible and not underneath the chat, about there. And then, let's see what else can be done. Now, we could see about now making it rounder if we maybe add edges here. And then if we were to copy you, paste you, flip you over, and move you back to here, about there-ish, that definitely does feel rounder. Maybe if we move that guy here and that guy here, make you move there and there. We're kind of back to the spiky idea, which I don't enjoy. And this one though, this one's a little off. Maybe we can add a little bit of a dark color there and there, though. It makes it look like he has, hair buns on his hair, which is not what we want. So we can then see about adding this here. And it makes me wonder if we could possibly go away or get away with that guy there. Maybe then move this guy down here and there and there. And maybe these are just too small. Maybe that's the issue here. And I really wanted to see if we could get the side of the hair. Maybe we just don't add this back and we keep the side of the hair flatter. Maybe that'll give it the definition I'm looking for. If we add this guy here, and then we were to add a little bit of darkness here and here, something there, and then this here, and then we were to move this guy maybe over by 1, a little bit here, something like that maybe? And are you implying he can't have hair buns? No, he can. It's just we're right now trying to not. We'll get to buns. We hopefully will be. I have lots of bun references today, but I don't know if we'll be able to get to it. But no. He's just not allowed to have them right now, and I likely won't be here at the end of stream since they have a meeting at 5. And my study for today has been submitted. Oh no! But I'm excited to see it. As long as it's not cursed, I'll be excited. Thank you though, Ame. I'll be excited to see. Let's see. And with that done, I want to make this a little bit thicker. So maybe we can have this guy go out a smidge more here. But then you would want to add the bit here to show more of the hair, possibly. And then you would add either the bits here to show that it's the back of the hair here. So maybe you can do this here. So maybe you could add a bit here to show that it is the other parts of the hair. So does this feel a little bit off? I'm not too sure how I enjoy that, or if I do. Maybe we can add this bit here to show off that edge. And then if we were to copy that guy, delete this guy over here, and yeah, I'll enjoy the VOD when I'm done. Oh no. Well, I hope you, oh, you said you likely won't. So I guess you're not leaving right now, or if you are leaving right now. So I would like to wish you goodbye, but if not, I won't wish you goodbye so soon. Let's see. I'm wondering, I would want to squish this guy down maybe by 1, but then that doesn't quite look as nice as I would expect it to. Like there and there. Yeah, we give him a little bit of a little lump. And it makes it look like his hair is coming outwards, which is not what we want either. Which is why I'm thinking having the hair come downwards like this would be a little bit of a better idea. The hair come downwards. His hair comes outwards, true, but to give it the effect of the hair we're going for, it might be best to make it go downwards instead. So if it's something like this, and we were to copy this guy here, and delete this guy here, hold on, let's delete you, paste it, slide you over. This here, it definitely doesn't look like that guy's hairstyle. Maybe we can modify it still. If we were to remove that guy there, remove that guy there, that's not too bad. Okay, that's good. We're just missing the back pointy bits, if we can even add those. We can also see about adding the ring back. So if we were to just add this guy here, this should hopefully show the player where the roundness in the hair lies. We can even see about maybe making this a little bit thicker here. Possibly, let's see if we add that guy here, add that guy here. That would add a bit of thickness. This dot here, it's not truly needed, though there are some underlying bits there. So I'm wondering if we can maybe do this here. That could possibly work. So this guy has darker areas for underneath the hair, which is why I'm wondering if we add them or do we let them be? Because if we add them, then that's going to add a different show of what the hair is. But I do think this is fine. And this then here, if we were to add dark bits here and here, and then maybe that guy there. Now, it does kind of blend in with the hair. So maybe we can just have this guy scoot over by one little scooch over there. And then we can fill this guy in here. Maybe then we can add a bit of darkness here and here and here for the bottom of the hair there. And now we would just need to add in the bit from the outside, or the bit that should hopefully look like it's coming outwards. So, that's not too bad. You know, compared to everything else, not too bad. I'll copy it, save it, slide it over here. And we'll grab then our little Timmy here, copy you too, copy, paste, and slide you on over little Timmy. And then we'll go ahead and zoom in. Okay, so all that's said and done, we'll go back to this guy here. And I'm wondering if we go to the hair here, we were to erase the sky and then move you back to here and here. If we were to then have you come inwards a little bit here, and then we were to have you go up a little bit more. And as I'm looking at this hair, that guy definitely goes up a little bit more, but there is a little bit of darkness going on. So it makes me wonder if we can possibly do something here, here, and here. But then I would want to add like another, oh, you know what? That can work. Another color here, like that. Maybe there. And Timmy Maxwell Cornelius. Boy, goes by so many names and so many haircuts. It's like he's putting on a little costume. He's like, how would it be called? A costumier, maybe? We'll move that in a little bit there and there and then there and there. His natural name though is Timmy, just because of how small he is. He gets called Little Timmy. And then his what is this? This older one's called Tom or Tem. He's Tem for template. He's Timmy Plate. And then we have one more. I think we call him Tom. We barely have used him. We've only used him once. We'll save this though. I do quite like this. I think we did it. That darker color here helps add to the flavor of it. And the shine on the hair makes it look like he's got red slime on his head doing the... Oh no. Oh no. What have you done? I can see it. Oh no, what have you done? Hold on, I'm just gonna... You know, for educational purposes only. Singularly. Only one. Just hold on. Let me just, I'm just gonna do this. Then we're gonna zoom in here, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to our colors very quickly here, and then we're just gonna make sure we have the hair selected. We're gonna grab, let's see, we're gonna grab the dark color here. Yeah, that dark color there. Then we're gonna grab that color there. Yeah, this dark color next, yeah, and then this next color, yes, and then what we're gonna do is I think, yeah, we're gonna add a little bit of a lighter color here, a little bit of a lighter color here. Possibly might be a little bit too much light. But you know what? It's okay. It's all right. It'll do. And then we'll go here, and here, and then we'll go ahead and just then do that there, and maybe just a little bit up more, just a little bit up more. You could use a little bit more. Yeah. No. You're good there. And then yes, beautiful. Yep. There we are. And we've only used them once. You shall be forgotten, Tom. Sad thing is, I forgot the middle child, not the oldest child. Oh boy, now where were we? Let's see here. Let's slide back up here and remove our slime, and Timmy has been assimilated by Bubby. Oh boy, if anything, it would go up a little bit more, and then might squeeze us in a little bit more here, and then you maybe would go here, and then maybe you would add a little bit more here, a little bit more here. There you go. Just a smidge. It's a natural occurring process, and it does not harm the individual, I assure you. Bobby would never harm. He couldn't hurt a fly even if he wanted to, even if he really tried. It could not be done. Oh boy, we'll just go ahead and add that there and add that there. There you go. And a little bit of corner there and there, and then you go. Yep. And then maybe we can actually pop you out here, and then maybe we could, yeah, there you go. There you go. And Bobby Heck coming soon. It'd be so soft. Now, with all of that said and done, since this does look like a little slimy guy, is there a way we can modify it? You're thinking hair study? Yes, this is, as you can see, very business, stay on topic here. But what's the point of learning if you can't have a little fun? And it's symbiosis. Bobby gets total control, Timmy gets a happy life. Exactly, I like the way that's worded. That sounds exactly like what I had imagined, 100%. It is, wait, no, symbiotes. What's the one that it's beneficial to both parties? That's the one. The symbiosis and hi Preston, welcome to the stream. Unlockable character for your game. Oh boy. What's the one that both parties are happy to be in the situation? Let's do that. Maybe there, maybe. And then maybe if we add, it definitely does look a little bit squid-like. I can't agree to that one. That one that one I can't run away from. Maybe if we move it here, maybe, and then move that up here, and then remove you there. Yeah, I think this works better. That works better. The slime face might have to remain. Oh boy, yeah, we'll keep that. We'll keep that for now. With all of that said then, and I was wondering why this looked off. I understand now why. He's missing forehead. He's missing a lot of forehead. There you go. That's way better. There we go. Something felt off. There was a disturbance in the force. Now we're good. Let's see. Slide that up. Let's go ahead and now do this side of the head, shall we? So I'll go ahead, zoom out here. We'll go ahead and save it here. And then, let's see. For the side of the head, we'll grab you here. Oh, no, we don't grab you. We grab you. Yes, indeedy. You'll be grabbed. Yoink. And I love how the lessons goes. We stay on the rails entirely. I don't know what you're talking about. So for the side of her hair here, let's see. Oh boy, with the colors we've been using, if I go ahead and grab them here, and then we save the hair here, we have a little bit of fluffy bit off the front. There's still the learning processes. Learning is a fun process. Exactly. Oh boy, it stands for forever undefined purpose. We go ahead and add this guy out. It does look like some of the hair is coming outwards, and there is an outline for the hair. So it makes me wonder if we can add a bit of hair here, and then add a little bit of hair here for the other bit that pops out. So then if we were to do here and here, and then we have the round bits of the hair coming along. So we have this guy here, which is going to be apparently not our darker color. And I'm going to grab this just so we can have our different colors here to reference, and zoom back in, add a little slime here, slide you over a bit. What I'm thinking is we have our darker color here, so that darker color would most likely be this color here, maybe, and then you'd have this color here, possibly, and then you'd have the colors blending in, so you would get both colors here and here, and then you'd have some hair come behind, and it seems to come behind the ear, so maybe we can get away with something like this here as it's coming downwards. And to note, there is a black line here. Now, I do wonder where the selective black outlines come from. If I had to guess, it's due to what pops out of the hair and what stays inside of the hair, but that would be my guess, not my knowledge. Maybe we add that guy, let's see here, and then this guy here would have all of it dark. So you would get that there, and then you would get a little bit of dark treatment here. Looks like there's some definitely anti-aliasing going on here. So you might be able to reference that if we do this line, maybe, let's see. No, that's fine here. Maybe we could do, the 3 lines here are okay. For now, at the very least. And then there's a bit of bottom for the hair back here. So I wonder, we can go ahead and just add a little bit of hair here. And then have this hair kind of come up and around, though maybe we can go down a little bit more, but we'll see. This guy comes out by like 1, and we might have to move this inwards a little bit. This guy comes out 1. Again, he does not get his bottom point. He gets the top point, apparently. And then there's a little bit of hair that comes from the top. And yeah, I think the black line stands for what's overlapping or something that's popping out because we have the black line back here. So if I go ahead and add the line here, it kind of goes downwards a little bit there. And let me also make sure we have the outline here so I can see a little bit more. You then have a little point. And the issue is now we've run out of hair space. We can't give him all of that hair. That's a no can do. That'd be bad for his health. It also makes it look more like a cap. So we're gonna have to make this small. To make it smaller, let's see. We'll add that guy here, move that in a little bit here, move it down a little bit here. Reduce, reuse, and recycle just a little bit. I wonder if we can get away with that there. And actually do this guy here and here, there and there. And then we would have this guy come up a little bit more, and we have a little bit of darkness here, though we can't add that darkness there, so we're gonna move it about here, I'd say, in here. And then we get the line here, and he could just be big brain. You've seen her. I don't know if you've seen what he looks like a little Megamind, but it's not pretty. Not pretty at all. We've tried before just giving him a big brain. It was too much for his little heart to handle. We can definitely shave off a little bit more here now. Just a smidge more, but he still has way too much hair up top. So we might have to move this guy down by 1 a little bit here. And then this guy's got to get moved in by a lot. Move you over a little bit here. Now, question is here? Here. 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 Okay, undo you here. Definitely not this. We know that for certain. Then the question becomes, he is pretty on the inside, even if he has a big Megamind head. And very smart. You forgot that part. He needs to be very smart inside and out. It's just the head doesn't suit him. No, he's not Bobby Zero Thoughts head empty. He's thinking too much. Thinking way too hard for his little mind. We'll go ahead and slide you down here. Now, I wonder about the slide changes. So if I slide this guy over here, and then we go ahead and slide you over, there is change either A, move over here by 1, and then kind of move this guy up, or let's see, there's B, where we move this guy over by like 2, I think it was, and then we were to add this guy here and here. A or B? Let's try the good old trick of flipping the canvas. I think it's Shift F. Yep. Let's try flipping the canvas. This should give us a little bit of a better look at. You know who this reminds me of? It reminds me of what's his name? Phoenix Wright, the lawyer guy from the animes and the visual novels. I get the Phoenix Wright hairstyle when I look at that. Looking at all of these though, I think this one's our winner for keeping in line with this. This one pops out a little bit too much. This one's just right. Though maybe we can make it come down a little bit more and modify it a smidge. So we go ahead and save this guy here, copy you, slide you on over a bit here, and then copy you, slide you on over a little bit here. That way we get a little bit more sights as well. Let me see if my tea is done steeping. If I go ahead and just steep it a little bit and then stir it. Do I have good flavor tea? Yes, it's red. That's a good sign. It was clear before. Way better. 100% better. It's got a little pizzazz now. So let's see. Timmy's ready for law school. Let him in a little business outfit and he'll be ready to be sent off. Now that's how you get the big brain. You don't want to get it immediately. You gotta slowly ease your way into it. So let's see. We'll then see about making this into more of a curve. If you notice for his hair here, there's a curve here, and then there's kind of a curve downwards a little bit. So can we make this curve either upwards or see about adding some sort of curve here? I don't know yet, but I think a curve will serve us well here. A curve here, and then just keeping in mind the idea of this coming downwards. So maybe we can have you coming down here. That makes it go downwards. We want it to go upwards. So maybe we can have it drop down here. And if we were to drop you, let's see here, have you kind of curve upwards a bit here. That's not too bad. Not what the image wanted it to be, but it's not too bad. I would want it to curve upwards. We would need more curve space. It would need more room to flourish. You would kind of have to come down here and then here and then here probably, and then you would be allowed to kind of come, let's see, over a little bit. Probably over here and here and here. Definitely there-ish. Then come down here, and then you would need the curve though. And the curve, I'm guessing, would have to be a little bit dark. You're not too dark. You have a little bit of anti-aliasing going on. So maybe we can add you a bit here and a bit here. That guy could be okay to do. Then this guy could come down a little bit. Now our curve is the issue we're having at the moment. And I don't know if you can be soft. You would have to have a curve something there to be a noticeable curve. And we know for certain that our curve wouldn't have a pointy bit there. So we'd have to keep it down, though. Definitely does not look like the image anymore. So maybe we can move our curve down here, maybe? Maybe if we then move our curve to be, hold on, Control or Shift V, move it upwards. Would that work out instead? No. Oh, if you go here and then do Shift V, yeah, vertical. Vertical like that. And then we were to add a little point here and a little point here and a little point here. That's not too bad, truth be told. Not too shabby. Let's grab our darker color here. Maybe if we can influence its mind just a little bit, just a smidge. It could be possible, I think. Maybe up here a little bit, up there, though. That does make it look like he has a deep cavern in his head. We don't want that, so we go back a smidge here. Maybe then we can shimmy shuffle you over here a little bit here. I definitely do think that helps. Having that guy curve upwards, and then from there, it's a smooth sailing effect of coming, let's see, up here. I do like that kind of going there, but then maybe we can do down here, up there a little bit. Maybe this guy can come upwards a bit there. Yeah, that's not too bad. As long as it stays around, that's the goal we're going for. So maybe we could even go here and here. That could give it a round look. As long as it's not pointy, that's the hope here. Maybe we can even add that to make it look a little bit more on the pointy side. Now, do we add that there or do we add it here? You know what? I think we're okay to add it there. Okay. We'll add it here. I think we'll be okay. And then for the top bit here, I definitely do like the curve. I think the curve fits it a lot nicer. And if anything, we might see about moving this guy either down or outwards a little bit more. So I'll change to the lasso tool here. And we'll see about maybe popping this guy out a little bit more. Possibly, though I don't know, now that I'm looking at it, if that's going to be helpful. He looks like he has a lot on his mind. Either that or he looks super duper edgy. So you know what? We go back up a little bit. I just think this would pop out more. Something here. I think, hold on. Pop this guy out by 1 over is my guesstimate here. Have you move up a bit here. Have you move up to here and here. Have you move up a bit here. Yeah. I do like that more. At that line there and there. It needs more wumbo. What's a wumbo? Let's go ahead and copy you here. And then we'll go ahead and, oh yeah, copy you here, paste you here, just so we can see the differences. Copy you here, paste you, slide you on over. And then just a double checker to see if these differences, oh, hold on, that's your face. We don't want to move that. We'll go ahead and slide you over by 1, I believe it was here. So, looking at these areas, not only are we checking to see if it looks nice, but does it look comparable to this guy over here? I definitely think this one has more clarity. You can see the area around the eyes, which leaves it clearer compared to this one here. Oh, this guy, do you have, yes he does. He has some bits around the eye, so you can see more of it. This one feels like the hair covers up more of it. And you said Timmy to Tom for me when you gotta set him with the, oh, what? Hold on. Can you rephrase that? My head hurts just reading it. Maybe we can add, or remove this bit here. Have it curve in a little bit more. Nope, definitely not. I like how round this one feels. So we'll go with that. Next question is, do we have this guy go up a little bit more about here? We could, or do we go down a little bit more? I think having it come upwards is a better idea. So we'll do that. An M for mini, W for wumbo. You said tell me to M for mini when you gotta send him to W for wumbo. Oh, I see. That makes more sense. Got ya. Gotta shift him into high gear. Let's see. I think for the most part, this is good to go. If anything, I would think to add darker bits for the bit here because it's in the back. Though I don't know the true feeling about that one there. Something there where you're seeing the bottom, and then this guy here would be the bottom. Yup. And then we have the bottom of here. Maybe we can add a little bit more about here and here for there and there. So that does feel like a lot of hair that we don't need to necessarily add. Then there's the anti-aliasing going on in this area here. We don't have enough space for that, unfortunately. So maybe we can add a bit of it here and here, possibly. Or maybe at least one there could be enough to show the difference. Maybe we can even add one here, around the edge. And then we have our circle. So our circle again. And in same exact circle as he spins. The circle does not change. That is a surprise. Let me get a little bit of tea here. Tasty tea, I tell you, especially now that it's flavored. So let's see, slide you over to here, save it there. And then what we'll go ahead and do is see about adding our circle. So at this position, our circle would most likely be coming upwards. So if we can possibly make it look like it's coming around here and here, maybe something like that there. See about adding it up here and moving it about there. That would be a good circle, I'd say. We'll keep that circle for now. Let's see about adding the back now. So if I go ahead and click on you here, save, we'll go ahead and then copy. Oh boy, something's still missing. I definitely think it's the, yeah, I figured out what was missing. I figured it out. Oh, and then I just, yep, and then we do that there and move that there, and then just add a little bit more. He's just listing a little bit, little bits parts of himself. Oh, remember. There we go. That definitely helped. All right, now, where were we? And he needed a bigger brain. Yes, indeed. Can't you see how big his brain already is? That's why speaking is not a good idea. We'll go and save this. Let's try the back out now. So if I go back to here and go back to here, we'll go to Shift H. No, Shift V. No, Shift F. There we are, flipping it back to where it was. Now, I'm wondering, is this me who made it go up and down, or is the 16 by 16 a little bit different and Bobby has a brain? What do you think he's keeping in that big old noggin of his? We'll go and save this guy here. And then we'll grab the back of little Timmy here. Little Tim. And then we'll go ahead and move, or rather, let's move you. I'm gonna move this guy to a different spot. You're getting moved over here, good sir. And you are getting moved a little bit, no, your palette. Palette, you can move down here. And then we'll go back to our little Timmy. Oh, I see. Hold on. You go down by one, maybe down by another one here. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that adds such a difference between the hair and no hair. Was he supposed to be down or up? I can't quite tell. If we go over here, down or up? Down, up. Yeah, the hair is supposed to be like this. Got ya. Okay, well, with that said, then, does that interrupt any of our hairstyles, or is this still a good style? That's still a good style. I am okay saying okay to that style. Still, okay. In that case, we need one more direction, which is the back. So I'll go ahead and grab this guy here. We'll move this over to here now, if it allows us to. Move this over to here. And can we add any dark bits to this as well? Is that possible here? And, well, I don't know if he has a brain, but he has a brain cavity. Close enough. Let's see. I'm wondering if we can add any of the dark bits to this area here. So if I grab the dark purple here, and it's probably filled with cotton candy, and possibly. Oh boy. Let's see. I want to move or note about adding a few of these guys, though. I think in this case, it's okay to just leave it empty. Doesn't need to be anything more than it already is. I quite like it for who he is, so he keeps as is. We'll move on to this bit here. And I can assure you, he is fully aware. A little too aware. Oh boy. Let me grab our front guy here. So we ended up making this our front guy. So I'll go ahead and slide to here. And usually for my hair, I like copying and pasting the front and the back. You can see they do this here, where the entire top of the hair is added, but the back of the hair is changed between the bangs and the front. So we can do the same. We're gonna flip them. We're gonna slide them down to on top of the hair. Now, I wonder if it's going to be, I think it's going to be this here. And now we just add the little lumps in the back of the head. So I can go and slide this guy over, move you to be about here. There you go. And it might be filled with hamster wheels, but sadly no hamster to run on them. I counter that. What if it's a little Bobby inside of a Bobby? A little Bobby controlling the gears. Let's see, move you here, and now let's add, now, how do we do it for the other hair? Did we add the outline? No, we did not. Okay, so we don't add an outline for the bottom of you, good hair. We'll move you down a little bit, move this guy up a bit here and here. Good to go. Okay, and then with that said and done, let's see here, you up here, you two then, let's see. You two then here and here. We'll slide you up, and then we'll go ahead and slide you up a little bit more. If you can give me 1 second, I will be right back. I gotta go grab something. Let me do this, and we'll do that brick wall we're also waiting too. Be right back. I am starting to feel a little under. I'm starting to feel a little bit I can't work, can I? I am starting to feel a little under the weather. So I took some medication. Should it help me feel better? We should be able to continue and end the stream in like an hour. But should need be, we might have to end early. But we'll see. We'll play this out. But just as a heads up, that said, we were trying to do the back. And this guy ended up looking... Bye. Let me get some tea here. Tasty. That said, and I'm gonna... Unfortunately, I don't think that'll be effective. It's immune to physical damage. Oh boy, it only makes it stronger. Well, I do appreciate the sentiment though. Let's see. I'll go ahead and slide this guy up. And we were looking at the back of his head here. So let me go ahead and see about adding a little bit of the darkness bit here. Something that, like that there maybe. And then if we were to add this bit here. And then if we were to add maybe one more bit here. So maybe we add a little bit of a rounder bit here. Erase that guy there. And add those areas. So then this guy would get a little bit of a dark part. And these guys get a bit of a dark area too. But I don't know about them. I'm not too sure about them yet. So let's see about just adding the outline here, and keeping it there. What if we were to do that, huh? Let's see. Move you here. Oh, hold on. Wrong color. There, and there, and there. Maybe, possibly, if we do that there and that there. Though I would suppose it would be this color, but I do like the idea of this. This is not... Oh, never mind. I liked it until I looked over here. And then I realized, you know what? Maybe some things are best left said no. So we're gonna slide this down a little bit. We are going to go down a smidge here, and then down a bit here. And, and then let's see. If we add you down to there, and down to there, and down to there. Yeah, okay. And then you kind of have, maybe this is the guy that, oh, hold on, we have a darker color. We do have a darker color. Let's make you a little bit up more here, maybe a little bit more up here, possibly like that. And then maybe we can add in our outline. Maybe we can, no, that would give you longer hair. We don't want to give you longer hair. We're looking for shorter hair here. But it's something to do with the side bit. Something with the side bit I do not enjoy. Let's see. If we go ahead and add one line here, then do our dark bits here because they're in the front. Or maybe, let's see, this is all dark. Tricky. Okay, I'm reminded of my River City Girl hair studies, where it was the idea of all of this was in darkness, and then you would slowly blot in wherever the light reached. But we're not specifically doing River City Girls. We're trying our best to emulate the style of Pokemon. So I will refrain from that, but you would blot it in depending on the areas of here that would reach the light. So since we're trying it this way, if I zoom in here just to get a little bit of a better good look and move this down so I can also see it a little bit more. We have the front of the hair. That seems good to go. There is a little bit of light coming from the side here as it's at the top of the head. So we will honor that. We'll honor the side view here. I can go and fill that in here. Possibly what we could do is do that guy there for the very top of it. Maybe we can even move that in just a smidge here. Though I don't know how I feel about that. We'll see when we rotate him. And then we'll have this guy. Now this guy here, you go out a little bit and then you go into your point. So maybe we can have this guy kind of come out here, maybe a little bit there and there. And then I would want this guy to come down a little bit more, something there and there. Yeah, that's the tricky part here, is making sure it feels right. And then this guy would go down here. Yeah, you could, truth be told, you could come down a little bit, just a little bit here. We would then remove our River City Girls shading. That would be removed. This guy here, you would want to be, the edges here would want to have different bits. So maybe we can go down here and down here. And then we would want to have the areas, let's see, you're in brightness. So you go about up here, that diagonal bit. And then you would have all of this filled in. But again, because we are dealing with a different perspective, we have to get a little bit creative. I'm going to go ahead and just slide this guy down here, because you're at our area where we would have the circle. So I'm going to see about just adding that there for our circle fix. And then, let's see, most of this would be in darkness because we are at the side. So truth be told, that does make sense, having it like this here. My only question is, can we make this a little more rounded point? And I don't know. That would be more rounded point. That would be pointy. This would be, yeah, this would be more rounded point. Something like this here. Do we want to move it in though? If we move it inwards here, hold on, if I grab you here and here, and if we were to move it inwards, you know what, I like it here. I'm okay with this. The next question would then be, do we want to have this line here and here? I think that's okay. Do something like that there. And then what we can do is have possibly, no, I think this is okay. I was going to say maybe we could have a line here to show that it is, there's another strand coming out here though. I don't know how I feel about that quite. We could leave it for now. Granted, it's not on the, what is it called? Oh, hold on. Not letting me copy. Copy, paste, flip, paste. Hold on, escape, paste. I'm just, oh, yeah, that's a problem. If I just, we don't need you. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're not needed. It's okay. And then let's just do that, and then just do that, and then you're gonna have to remove some of that, and then oh, we're gonna have to remove some of those, and whatever this is down here, and some of these. Are we good now? Anyone else want to say anything? Some of you. Okay, I think we're clean. Oh boy, zoom back in a little bit. What I was saying was we'll put it on the other side, though, apparently. Copy, paste, flip, slide. I was gonna say maybe we would add a little bit of light here, and then a smidge of light here, though again, I'm not too sure just because of the way this is, but I would want to do something like this. And you know what? This is a study, but it's also a chance to explore my options. So we're gonna see if this ends up being a terrible, terrible mistake. Oh boy. Why don't we go ahead and continue our spin, boy. And oh, I thought I removed the little dots here. Let's see. You get removed and you get removed. Good. Okay. And how do you switch the grayscale? First time I see that in Aseprite. Apparently there's a lot of features. Oh, the thing I'm using is a plugin. I believe you're on the Discord. If you wouldn't mind adding me in the stream discussion, Jaxus, and adding the plugin, I can link you the plugin. I don't know the name of it right now, but natively, there's a few ways you can do it without using the plugin. I just use the plugin because it's non-destructive in the sense of the regular way you would do it is you would go to sprite color mode and then you would go to grayscale. The issue is if you were to save this and then close it, it'll forever be in black and white. So I found a plugin that lets it be a layer and then I can just toggle it on with a button, a hotkey, adding you where? In the stream discussion, part of the server, stream discussion. And if you're still here too, Eska, if you wouldn't mind doing that, if Jaxus is unable to figure it out as, yeah, I can 100% link it. This grayscale is one of my favorites because it's non-destructive. Even if I close it, I still can just toggle it off and then we're good to go. And it's also a button, so I don't have to worry about doing layer colors as well. That's another thing you can do too. I believe that there's a way you can do certain layers, but the fact you can just toggle it on and off with the button is super duper handy. So let me go ahead and, oh, you know what? I can do you, oh, you found it, good to go, thank you. So let's see, go back up here, and with all that said, we were here, and we wanted to see about Mr. Speen. So I'm gonna merge these down for just a quick second here, and let's get our bearings. So I'll go back to this guy here. We're going to call it Hair 3.0 Speen. Speen. There we are. Save. And then I'm going to grab you here, do a sprite, do a canvas size. We are going to multiply the width by 2 here, and then we're going to slide you over this direction. There we are. Good to go. With that said, we will grab your twin apparently, or no, you don't have a twin, you have a clone. We're going to grab your clone, and now we're going to rotate said clone and see how it feels. So we'll add that there. Okay, thank you. Let's see, copy you here. I believe this is the one we ended up going with. So copy you here, paste you here, flip you to where you belong about here, I believe. Our legs go about there, yep. And then this one here, your legs go about, I think, forward here. And then we're going to need the back sprite as well, which is going to be, let's see, back sprite is up here. Yeah, you're the wild card. I have no idea how you're going to work out. But I have hopes, I have dreams, I have wishes, and there. He's a little off, but he's got the spirit. Hold on. Well, first, let me make sure I undo this. That way, what is it? Undo. Okay, hair is now separated into its own layer. You can see here. Now, this right here. Yeah, this is okay. He's just a little off, I think. Something's wrong with his body. He's not functioning correctly. I think what he needs to do is he needs to go down by 1, and then you need to go. You're good to go. Hold on. Let me just make sure here. Aha, you slide over by 1, I think. Or no, you're even. And then here. Huh. Why do you look like that? Hold on, if we just, it's... Something's clearly wrong. One of these is not like the other. All right, you're here. Yep, and then you go here. Is it you're pushed in too much? Okay, so go here. Okay, here. Oh, the top of his head is short. That's the issue here. It goes down by 1. So to fix this, we would go up by 1 here. We could also slide our circle here up by 1. And if we were to just add, do we want to do that there? You know what? You're fine. You're okay. This is a proof of concept. There. Hold on. There you go. Now he's fixed. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, that's not too bad. But I can say he goes from having very little hair to long, luxurious locks in 1 second. And you shrunk the poor Tem. No, he just you know what? I think shrinking was a better term for it. He was shrunken. Let's go with that one. I like that one better. Maybe if we were to raise the hair by 1 here, that would work better. Here? Maybe if we go up by 1, let's just try this out and sing. And surprise, turkey visit. Hi, Christopher. Welcome back in the stream. Welcome in. There. That works a lot. That looks a lot better, but something's wrong with his body now. And I'm not sure what it is. Something's wrong here. Let me just grab this body, and then we're gonna go back into, we can close you. You're not needed anymore. We'll make a new layer. We'll go down below the layer here. Paste this in, and just, slowly move them where they belong, about here. Ah, I see. That makes sense. The hair neck will be shown. Got ya. That's why it was angry. It's something about missing shoulders. No. Hey, they're right there. They've always been there. Hold on. They've always been there. We need to fix the hair up a little bit more, but the idea of it is good. The lighting seems to have worked. Okay, so we just have to tweak it a little bit. My question is, are we going to have to probably do, let's see. You go out here. Well, you're there. What we can do is if we go to our onions, okay, that's not gonna help. Onion skin layer, and we move you over by, like, I think 1, slowly over here. That does not help in the slightest. Okay, let's modify this a bit. Opacity, that's one way, that's the other way. The opacity step, maybe red and blue. Nope, can I make you blue? That would help. Behind sprite, in front of sprite, nope, none of these are helping. Okay. Well, no, that kind of does help a little bit. It does let us see the bits of the hair. And if I erase this, it lets us see, yeah, the sides of the hair. And because the hair stops here, that's why it's not too happy. So maybe if we do this here, and then we do that, let's see, you here, like that. And then we can go ahead and maybe add the separation bit here, and add the bits here for the bit of the hair highlighted. And then, let's see. Yeah, the hair, it looks like it's going down again. It goes here, and then it goes here. Yeah. Something about the back of the hair. Or maybe I'm just seeing things. That's definitely an improvement from what he had. So you know what, I'll take it. And with that said, yeah, we'll keep this. We will certainly keep it. I'll go ahead and just add a little squiggly bit back there. And do we want to add less squiggly bits? Maybe we can do that there and that there. Maybe we add that there, because that's the line there. Yeah, okay, he's all done. He looks possible. So, we'll keep it. which means we've done 2. I'd say certainly a lot more progress than last time. I definitely think this is the way. Studying the guys bit by bit and modifying them a little bit. Far better than what we did last time. We struggled with these 2, and I definitely think these guys came out a lot better. So, with that said, we've done 2 male hairstyles, and we have about an hour-ish so left. So, let's go ahead and do some sort of longer hairstyle from one of the ladies. So I'll go ahead and save you here. We'll go back to this here, and let's see. So, we have these 2, we have this one here. Preferably, we would want to go for something smaller, and I really do like that ponytail. It's so spiky. So let's see. If we are to do that one's a neater one here. I do like how that one's pretty wavy. So let's see. You there. Now that one's spiky. I need to get better at bangs. So you know what? We're gonna do this lady. Let's do her. She might take the entire hour because of how difficult she looks. Let's do her. Let me copy her here. I'll go ahead and save this guy, and then we'll go back to our boyos here. We'll grab our reference guy, we'll paste you down, slide you down to a spot about here, and then we'll go ahead and move you here, and then move you to about here, and then we'll grab little Timmy, and then we'll go back to our plates, copy you, and then we'll go ahead and paste. Copy, paste. I'm confused, but he's listening now. And a guitar, I haven't tried doing one of those yet. I remember struggling with the guitar. We didn't even do a guitar study or anything. I just made a cowboy, a vampire cowboy. You know, Eris, there are sure a lot of dragon trainers in your reference. I know this guy's a dragon trainer. I don't know anything else. I just know this guy. I did my best to go for either common hairstyles or ponytails. That's what I looked for. So anyone that had a ponytail, I added. And anyone that had more of the more common male hairstyles, I also added too. But I assure you, I'm not a dragon fan. I'm more of a psychic fairy. Those are my favorite. No, psychic fairy dark. Those are my favorites. Let's see. Go back to here. We'll go. He's so tiny. He's so small compared to her. How adorable. Dragons are cool though. I can't agree to that, but if I were to be a trainer, definitely wouldn't be dragon. We'll save this guy, slide you down here, and then let me get a little bit of tea. Delicious. Okay, tea has all been consumed. Well, not all of it. Some of the tea has been consumed. But that said, this is definitely going to be a challenge. She has a lot going on. She has a big bang, she has lots of colors, and she has a little bit of attitude. And so small and proceeds to hide her behind screen. Is she hidden? Hold on. So small and proceeds to hide her behind the green screen. If I do, let's see. If I grab this guy here and delete, hold on, and grab you and then delete you there. There you go. Just for scale proportions. He's the size of her foot. So tiny. Let's go back to here, and you missed a little bit. Hold on, you missed a little bit of green. If I just do that there you go. Okay, I grab you here too. We can move that there, and it's just at one point you put Timmy behind. Oh, I see. Got ya. It was to show the size. Even the green screen paled, or he paled in comparison to the green screen. We'll go ahead and grab our little plate boyo here. Copy you here. Paste you here and slide you over to here. No, to those of you that are just joining in as well, if you'd like to use this guy in any of your projects or for any of your studying too, you can. He's 100% free, both him and the bigger guy. If I do !TMPLATE, you can grab him there. He's all there, and he's got a few animations as well as the spin. Though I do enjoy the spin. Let's see. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Slide that down, and I'm gonna grab the blue for this hair because I do enjoy. I don't know if you can tell, but I like blue. I like pink too, but blue is a pretty color. We'll go back into, let's see here. We'll go into our little palette guy, and we will do this guy here, and then one more color, this guy here. Lovely. Okay. With all of these 3 powers combined, surely we'll be able to do something cool. We're going to need to see, well, looks like my meeting is canceled. On to my ace, right? Well, I see, Ame. I hope you have fun drawing, and hopefully, well, I know at least that when I agree to an outing, I agree to the outing, but when it's canceled, tears aren't quite shed as much as I'm thinking, man, the amount of time I can just relax now. And hi, Check, welcome into the stream, welcome in. Just coming to just say hi and scram. I'm a lovely one. Well, thanks for checking in. Let's see. I was trying to look at the colors. It's 4 again. And it was a forced virtual meeting? Ah, yeah. That sounds about right. I was never a fan of those. And check the study. Oh no. And more time. I regret coming here. Oh, no. She once again has 4 colors like the other person. So 4 seems to be a good amount of colors that they usually do for the hair. And more time for bears. No! Bold air is of course not bear. Oh boy. Let's save this here, drag this up a little bit, drag this over a smidge. Now, to begin, she does have a little bit of an M haircut, though I would say it's not M at all. It's a whoosh haircut. That's what I see when I see her. So we'll go ahead and grab this. We'll slide you on over a little bit. And then we'll go ahead back to our hair 3. We'll do one here, and then slide you on over to here, like so. Zoom in a little bit more. So, let's see. First thing first, the bang in the middle comes off. Oh, we forgot. We're gonna need a highlight color. So I'm just gonna very quickly go up here, slide over to a little bit here, a little bit more. Yeah, you're pretty good at the bright color. Do we have any on here that are of this blue color? No, not quite. Yeah, this was a color palette I made to look similar to my design, but it lacks a lot of the colors I might need, like light blue versus dark blue. It's a very limited color palette. I don't know the amount of numbers this has, but very limited. It has the main colors, but not soft colors like a light blue versus a dark blue. So let's see. With our 4 colors, we should be able to start. Let me go ahead, and to begin, we'll do our symmetry tool. I'll slide this guy back over a little bit here. We'll zoom in a little bit here and save this guy. Let's start off by seeing if we can add the winged bangs that she has going on here, and then we'll leave the middle one for the middle portion. And does she have earrings too? Oh, how cute! I really do like her hairstyle. It's quite nice. Let's see. Okay, so we'll start off by having this guy. Now, her ears are completely covered, so I will not worry about that. And again, the bits of the hair aren't super duper pointy, so we also won't worry about that. And you look like a little fish now. Like a little, oh, hold on, like a little Vaporeon, I can see it. We'll go ahead and see about adding you here, you here. You would kind of come outwards, though this bit seems to be, I'm guessing the back is where the light's coming from. This bit is brighter than this bit, which is interesting. So we highlight this bit as it's coming from the back to the front. And then this bit here would be our very top. So you would kind of come up a little bit more. And then, because this bit is at the very top, it would be the highlight. So we might do something like this here, that then maybe. And then you would do the outline. Now, it's curious enough that this guy, entirely black outline. This guy, entirely black outline. Her, look at her, and oh, I heard that sound. Give me 1 second. I think it'll be in, here we are, I found it. And if I click on that button here, I should be able to get the name. That is Evil Terror. Thank you for the follow and welcome in. Did the thing pop up? Is the chat still doing the chat thing? It is. Okay. That's something else then. But thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Let's see. Let me move you back to here, and we're good to go. Okay. Her hair, the highlight. the highlight of her hair here. It's not black. Compared to the other one, she has a colored outline. And I say that, and I'm curious as to why. Is it because someone mentioned, is she also a dragon trainer? She does. she does look like Lance with the cloak. Is that just a common thing? This red cloak, red and yeah, they have similar cloaks. Maybe that's why. Now, if this is the case, if it's because they're a main big trainer, but I'm going to guess his hair is also going to be a colored outline. And that's what I meant, I see. She just has cool looking hair. And, my theory holds up. Would you look at that? His hair, too, also has colored outline, just like her. So if I had to guess, more detail went into her because she is maybe more of a main antagonist. These characters are more one-off characters. But then again, I ask, why you here, your arms, his arms are colored. Your arms are not, but both of your heads are black, but your hair is colored. Your arm, little colored. Interesting. What about you, Lance? Hold on. Your arm's also black. Huh. Well, the good news is it does match up a little bit, though if we are to follow that, then this guy plays a big part. Whoever he is, he plays a big part of the story too. But not this guy. This guy here, not so much. Let me go ahead and move you back to here and slide you onto here. Let's see. So if we are to go by colored outline, I do love colored outline. That's gotta be my favorite. Going for like a darker color. We will use this as our colored outline. I'll zoom out a little bit more. And let's go ahead and just add in the outline. Now, it's curious as well. The black here is being mixed with the color outline too. So it's not just 1-to-1. There is a little bit of both going on. So you would have this guy here. And imagine the actual reason was someone like, I thought it would look good. Yeah, half the time I know I'm overthinking things. But some of these sprites look way more cleaned up than others. Even her hair, entirely black. And this lady's hair too, entirely black. But for some reason, she has a little bit of shading. It's not entirely black. Some of them do, some of them don't. Why is that? It could just be some of these characters look nice with it without it. But I wonder if there is deeper meaning. Oh boy. We'll go ahead and maybe add, let's see, go back to hair here, go back to you here. Maybe we add the line here for the hair, possibly. And then we add the black here. Black here, we make sure it's not super duper pointy. So it might be something about here and here. And then it looks like the bit come up a little bit here and here. You get a bit of the also interior of the hair. So maybe we can go for something more like that there and that there. Come down here, maybe a little bit there. Have you come a bit there. That's not too bad. I'm okay with that because we're going to need all the surface area we can get. For this comes up, and actually a little bit of this here. Do we want that? Nah, I don't want it. And then we come up a little bit here. Now, how high up? I don't quite know yet. We're gonna bring you one more. No, we're gonna keep this up. About there. That's good to go. And then we add the rest of this here. There you go. That'll work for now. We're also going to need the front bank too, but we'll save on that. Can we add our little highlight here to finish everything off? I'm not too sure. That would be the little highlight. He's so tiny. You know what? We'll keep him. I like him. He's just happy to be here. Or maybe we can go for this here. That wouldn't be too bad too. Okay, you know what? We'll keep that. With that said, her bangs have an outline, but not the area that touches her forehead, like what we saw before. So I'm just gonna add this here temporarily as we add to the back of the hair. But before we do that, oh, hold on, my mouse. Before we do that, I'm going to copy this guy here, paste you here, and then we're going to move you here and here, just so we have a backup should we make many mistakes. I'll save you, and then let's continue. Oh, let me zoom out just a bit so I can see more. Okay, so this guy goes here, this guy goes here. As we're going back, we're getting less of that bright color, so we might switch to the, hold on. You are this color. How many colors do you have? I have 4 colors here. This color, I guess, is the same as this color. So I think we're okay. I take it back. You're going to be, go back to hair here. Dark color, lighter color, and then really light color. So dark color here would go here, and lighter color would go about up here, a little bit there. And then we have the bits. Okay, so we'll go up here, and then there's a big line there. Just a singular long line. And then you get a little bit of a hair bit in your hair. Now, do we go for this orange or do we go for this yellow? Maybe a little bit of both. We can add a little line here for a little gem. And let's do you here. I think that's okay. We'll keep it super duper teeny tiny. And then this bit would go over the top. And actually, you know what? Usually when it's super duper small, it's go big or go home. So maybe we do go a little bit bigger. If we move it here and here, yeah, something like that. And then after that, what we see is that big bang I was talking about before. This is going to be difficult just because of the outlines added to it. So we might just have to get a little bit creative. And that's to say, maybe we come up here a little bit. This guy would want to come, I think, up by 1 possibly, or yeah, maybe up by 1, just so we can have space to have this come around and down. I don't want to have too many things, too many similar lines here. I want to do something maybe like that there. Though we know for certain that this line doesn't stay pointed. So maybe we can do it here instead, maybe add you here and here. But I don't want the lines to connect. That's the issue. I don't want the lines to touch. So you might just have to go with this here for now. Add that there. And we could move this guy in by 1. So if we move it in here, that would give us more space, or we can keep it outwards. Truth be told, I think it's okay. We'll be fine. And then up here is where we also add that highlighty bit. Maybe down a little bit more, and then we can add a little bit of a line here. Maybe we can do this line here to make it look like it's kind of curving around as it's going around the head. Though I'm not too sure about that one. We could definitely add a line here to maybe hopefully make it look like it is. And actually, this also has a lot more going on for the line. So maybe we can add a little bit more. But I do quite like simple lines. Simple lines are my favorite. So maybe we just do this here, have this guy go up a little bit, which means this guy would have to go up a smidge about there-ish. And then this guy here can come up by 1 and 1 as you're curving around. This guy can come up by 1. And then now we're left with the rest of the head. So let's see here. Now there is a bit here that goes into the eyes, but again, we want to keep the eyes clear so that we can see the expression. In this case, Timmy is very upset, it seems like. He's very upset. Okay, that's a little bit too upset. You can calm down, Timmy. There's just a little bit of calm down. Maybe we could do, yeah, there we go. That's the right amount of anger he needs. Boy is angry. This will work here. Now question, do we want to, oh, yeah, that's super angry. We'll keep the blush, boys now, chill. Boy. Oh boy, let's go ahead now and add the symmetry tool back. So we can go ahead and add the extra bits here. Boy. Oh boy. Oh my. We'll then add the bits here, and then we'll do that there. And I realize this is actually on the wrong layer. Let's do you. Oh. Yeah, we don't want to do that. That's not preferred. Not really, not quite. We want to do you there, and then just double checking. Okay, good to know. You're good to go. And this guy here, you should be on the palette layer. You should go to this layer here. There you go. Okay, is everyone in their assigned layers? We're good? Okay. Let's see. We'll erase you then. Erase you here. And then we will have this color here come in the background here. And I got 5 ads. Oof, back to back. Hi, Kiri. Welcome in. Thank you for withstanding the ads enough to come in here and say hello. I hope, aside from the ads, that you've been well. Let's see. Something there, and it makes me wonder, do we go like that and that? I think that's okay. And then we add a little ponytail afterwards. So you would get a little bit of dot here and a little bit of a dot here. And this is why I think, possibly, it'd be better to make this smaller, because then we would be able to add the ponytail outline here and here. Hold on, something there and there and there. And then maybe here, like that there. It's not too bad, but I just think, wouldn't it be rounded? I guess not. I guess not. That's okay. Something like that for the rest of the hair. And then let's go ahead and grab another yellow or orange more so. That way we can have a little bit of darkness going on here. Do we want to give you earrings? You know what? You deserve a little blink here. And it's adorable too, so you'll keep it. If that's said, I'm just not sure about the eyes. The eyes are a bit hard to see. If you do that there, then you definitely don't look as angry. Though maybe we do that. Yeah. I don't even know what this expression would be. Oh boy, maybe we just do. There we go. There we go. There you go. You look okay. We're gonna grab this here. We're gonna grab the rest of this too. If I just grab that and remove that, we're gonna go to our plate here, and then we're gonna just make sure that our hair here Yeah, you're good to go. Okay, good to know. No, hold on. That needs to be removed to this layer. There we go. Oh, hold on. Yeah, you need to go to, I guess not. Okay, we go down to that layer. There you are. Go back to our hair here and also erase that and that. There we are. Dread. That's a good way of putting it. And when I was small, I watched anime cartoons. I thought that's how people got big eyes and colorful hair. If only. To be an anime person, the dream. I can agree. It's been a great ride so far. We'll go ahead and save this. And there's a little bit of lighting going on in the background of the hair, and that's what I'm not too sure about adding. But maybe we can do this here, have this kind of curve down a little bit here and here, something like that there. And there's darkness there, so we'll keep the darkness there. Yeah, something like that is what we'll go with for now. And we all get reincarnated into our own isekai. Oh boy, that does sound fun. I'm going to save this here. Let's go ahead and work on the side profile now. She's squinting. Maybe she needs glasses. I don't even think I can give her glasses in this state. It's so tiny. How would you add little glasses? Like glasses. That's not glasses. Yep. No, it's not glasses either. Maybe if that's glasses. Yes, I agree. I concur. Glasses was the perfect call. And hi, CEO Tranquility. Welcome back in the stream. Welcome back in. Oh boy, yes, I agree. Glasses that was a great call. Oh boy, and maybe you will wake up as a sentient vending machine. Now she's got cool shades. Yeah, the best of glasses. All right, let's go ahead and turn them around. I go ahead and copy you here. Yes, and oh, hold on. Plates. How did you get to there? Move it back to here. Are we good? Okay, merge it down then. Are we good to go on the faces? Good. Okay, lovely. Okay, so we'll go back to here. And one. Okay, right. Side. We were looking for the side. Copy you. Save you. I don't want people inserting their. Oh boy, that just even eating coins sounds not like a cool idea. Oh boy, I just imagine putting coins in your mouth. That sounds horrendous. We'll slide this over into here and we'll move you to about here, I think. And then let's see what we come up with. We'll slide you over. Now, we know for certain that we are adding the earrings, and the earrings are quite important here, so let's see. If we just make sure we grab this color here, we can move it over. The earrings would rest about here, in that direction. That's where the earrings would remain if we're going from 360. Next up, we know for certain that the hair is going to fall about here. So we can also add that to our repertoire. And if we take a look at the hair, it seems to be the case that there is a bit of the back of the hair added. No, hold on, there we go. There's a little bit of hair in the back. Lots of hair in the front, but we can see now the entirety of the ponytail. So let's start off by seeing if we can add some of that back hair. If I go ahead and just start off by adding, let's see, this is the back of it, right? So possibly we can get away with adding this bit here, and then if we do this bit here, some of these guys here for the back of the hair to begin with, we're then also going to need, as this is the back of the hair, right? Yeah, and then you go here. Yeah, I'm hoping this will be okay. Hoping, fingers crossed, the sizing will be okay. We'll then add this here. Now, it seems to be the case that we have the brighter bits of the hair for the most part, and then the darker bits. So this is the dark bit, this is the bright bit. So we only do the dark bit for the bottom of the hair, so something about here and here. And now, we need to figure out how to add the fluffy bits of her face. Step one, add the important details, such as this here and this here, very important. Make sure that is also added too, also super duper important. Then we can go ahead and add that there, and then add a little bit more here to make sure we stay with the consistency of the model. We'll also add that there and that there and that there. There we go. Now back to our hair here. Let's see. Let's start off by seeing if we can add that floofy bit. I almost wonder if we can just copy and paste it. If I can just, grab this in here, and then copy and then paste and just kind of slide you on over. And we can modify you just a smidge. For example, it's gonna be a lot more, it could be a little bit wider, so we can widen it maybe just by 1 here. and we would do maybe here, about there, and we would see most of it as the bright side now. So we could see most of it most likely like that instead, maybe even a little bit more up here. And then we can go ahead and see about that would be outline, yeah, that would be outline, yeah. Okay, and then out there, out there, out there. Okay, now we just have to fit this on the face. I don't think we can fit it on the face, I'll be honest. Something's gotta give here. Either we make it thinner, we make it shorter, something. Okay, I take back the idea of making it wider. Let's just move that back in, that's not happening. Let's then slide this down now. Does it fit just above the ears? Yes, it does. And that does fit too. Okay, you know what? Doable. The issue is the hair. There's a lot, like I said before. That reminds me of when we try to do the hair over here. That reminds me of this. The checkered look to it. So something's gotta give. That's too messy to understand what's going on. There's a lot of dots and lines going, so we're gonna have to get creative. I think step one is we can start off by just making this darker. Just making it darker will definitely add less of that checkered feeling. And if anything, we might even be able to get away with removing it entirely. Might even be able to do something like this here. That could work, though it makes it look like the entirety of the hair now. But good news is it definitely looks clearer. So I think we could, and she's got male pattern baldness. Not for long. No, we're good there. Yeah, that there. And then we can see about possibly, let's see, you go here, you're going up there, and then this part of the hair gets added. So we can do this bit here, that bit there, you're added there. This is the bit of the hair going here and here. It's just the shading on here that's very off. That looks wrong. This not so much. But the coloring, it won't matter too much when we finish the details and everything, so I'm not too worried about it. So you know what? We'll remove the black for now, just because it's how small the sprite is. We can't afford to do these areas. But that said, next up, we're going to need to have the light bit for the ponytail. And if you remember, we need to make sure the ponytail's height stays consistent. It starts about here, the gold, so we will add the gold about here. And the gold also turns into an up and down position. If I go back to here, go about here, yeah, about there, and undo that guy. So the gold we would probably set about here, though maybe a little bit back more because I can see it back here. So let's see about doing it there. We'll then add the shiny bit up top because it is enlightening. And then we can also add in the lines for the ponytail since we will be adding to that as well. And then this ponytail touches the head. I see a few dark lines here, so we'll start off by going black there, and then we'll add these colors here as this color is coming upwards. So something I think here and here can work, and then this color here and up a bit more there. This guy then would come up a little bit because the hair is bouncing, or the curve. The hair is getting pulled in that spot, so we should be good to go. As long as it looks like it's pulling inwards, which means actually, to make it look a little bit nicer, we might even want to do that to make it look like it's being pulled inwards. Though, how tall is this? Are we good on the height? Height is still a-okay. We still have enough space to add the ponytail. And now, with all of that done too, we can. So I can go up to here, make sure the height is good to go. The height's going to be about up here. So we can add maybe up here. We can even do that line there that we see. I'm thinking we do this here. And then the hair, the ponytail does not go beneath. So the ponytail lines up about here-ish. So we can do the ponytail about there. But I think going up one more would be okay. It's going to be a pretty high ponytail already. And then we can go and add... Now, I'm wondering, the black area in the back is... Or the back area, yeah, black here. We already had to modify it. So I'm wondering, do we want to do black or will it not matter? The dark blue that we already have is pretty comparable to the black already. So it's unfortunate in that sense. But you know what? Let's try dark for now and then see where we go with this. The lighter, the dark bit here should be saved for more so lighting. So I'm thinking maybe, let's go black. I changed my mind. Mine has been changed. It has been morphed. We'll then add this guy here, and then we'll add the bit there. And then there's another bit here. And this is where we would add the extra, or when we add the lighter outline. It looks like it goes outwards a little bit more too. So we might just go out here, and then inwards a little bit more. And then maybe we can just curve this guy inwards. Maybe downwards a little bit more. And fill this guy in. Oh, undo. Are we good? I hope I didn't fill much in. Let's see. Now, something I noticed off the bat is that it feels, and it could just be because of the front of the face has not been completed, but it looks a little bit too up front at the moment. We now need to add the lighter color or the darker color here and fill all those guys in. So this is all outlined here. We can go ahead and add all that outlined there. And then this bit here is also outlined. Let's see, that bit's also outlined. That's actually also darker, but we're doing outline at the moment. So we can go ahead and add that there, add that there, add that there. Now, for our bit that comes in between, it seems to be some of it has a bit of that darkness, some of it not. So you might see it come inwards a little bit here and maybe up a little bit more. It could go like that. I'm okay with that. We'll go ahead and save that then. And now this bit here, we get a lot of light coming from it. So I'm gonna add all of that light here, fill that in. I just think this could be a little bit rounder possibly. Maybe if we were to do something here and here, have it then go downwards. I definitely do like that a lot more. That's good to go, that's nicer. And now, the front of the hair. To begin, I'm going to just copy this, save this, so that should we need a copy, we'll have it on hand. It'll be here, it'll be ready for us. I'll copy you, paste you here, and we'll slide you on over. Okie dokie. Erase that, erase that. Thank you. And with that said, let's see about now the front of the hair. It's got a really bright future ahead of it. So we'll go ahead and add that there. This lines up, or it should line up about here. So go ahead and undo that guy here. You would go about there, and you would come up, let's see, up and over a little bit. You stop about here. So if anything, if we want to keep it similar, especially when the turnaround gets involved, then the fluffy bit would come about here. About there for that fluffy bit that has a little bit of a point to it and then rounds out. And then there's more of the hair that comes downwards, it seems like. So we'll start off by grabbing this guy here. This is our outline. So this guy would need to come kind of down here. And that's not too bad. That does look cute. I can see it already. Okay, that doesn't look cute. I can see most of it already. And we go ahead and just have this guy come downwards, and then you here, fill you in then, like that there, and that there, and that there. It seems to be the case that either we would do this here and that there, or we could leave it round, and I do quite like the idea of it being rounded. We can then add our light bit here, and yeah, you are all in light. Interesting, okay. Well, you're in light, you were entirely in light here. You're also going to have this as your bottom dark, so bottom dark bit there. This here, this lighter blue is what I'm looking at, so that's the lighter blue there. And then we'd have a little bit of lighter blue here too. So we would fill that in, and then this guy here is also lighter blue, so that should be filled in, easy peasy. Maybe then we can also lower this guy a little bit here to make it look nicer, though I wonder if maybe we can make this bit of head look rounder here, or if we just have to keep it straight. Might have to just keep it straight, which is okay too. From there, now we add our highlights. Our highlights are about this line, but we can curve it now a little bit more. We can add a bit more spice here. So maybe we can add a bit there, and then we can add a bit here, maybe about there-ish. We'll see. Add a bit there, and it's interesting how the light also is a circle in that area. So we'll save that. We'll keep that as is. And lastly, oh, you know what? I also see a little bit of dithering there too. Can we add any dithering? I would say I would add dithering there, maybe there, and there. Possibly would be the 3 spots I would add it. That way it can kind of merge in. I might maybe add it here too, maybe here in the corner, though I don't know, that one doesn't add it in the corner. Those are spots to consider to add dithering in. But that said, you could also, as well as it has here, add that there, maybe even here too, depending on how you feel. You know what? I'm feeling a little bit testy today. So we'll do that. Lastly, we have the back. And let me go ahead and get some of that tea. Good to go. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so for our back of our head, again, should be pretty similar to the front. We don't have a reference, unfortunately, for the back of her hair, but you know what? We can go with it. It's okay. For her being, I think, just about our last one, it's a good challenge that we have to now make up the back one. We have to fool the imagination into believing it was always like this. Or I guess it'd be gaslighting. What do you mean she doesn't have a back right? It's been here all along. Let's go ahead and slide this guy over, grab you here, copy you here, and then let's go to you here, and save you to here. Okie dokie. Now, all we have to do for this guy here is grab you here, copy you here, paste you here, slide you over, or rather move you over. And now we would just have to deal with the rest of everything. For example, we wouldn't have the back of her bank, so we can go ahead and cover that up. That would be one thing to start off with. So I'll go ahead. And the bangs here too, you wouldn't see the bangs, you would see the bottom of the head. So there's a few things to tweak here. We can start off by just removing this bit here. You would see the side of the hair, but you wouldn't see these bits because they're not the tips. So you would get all of this here as the part of the hair. You'd also get the ponytail though. That's the really important part that we have to make sure we get correct. So I'm just gonna add this for now. If anything, this bit here is now going to be in light since it's closer to us, and that bit there, because it's in the front, is going to be darker. This is in the light. You can get a little bit of, what is it called? A little bit of love here. There you are. That can go there. This guy then, we can also remove it there and there. And now, this guy we wouldn't see because it is covered by the ponytail. So what I'll go ahead and do is I will copy our ponytail here, and let's see if we can draw a convincing enough ponytail. We do need to remember where it is, where it lives. So if I copy this guy and do this guy here, this is about the height of it. So if I go ahead and undo, do a new layer, paste, and I slide this guy over, it should give us an idea of where the ponytail would go, and the height and the colors. And as long as we follow those just around that area, we should end up with something that feels decent. So for starters, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab our hair here, I'm going to grab our dark color, and we have to stay above this line for the turnaround. So I'm going to just grab this guy here. Now, since the ponytail has 2 bits in it, and we also know we don't add the pointy bits at the end, I'm going to remove that there. And I want to go for something maybe a little bit on the curver side. So maybe curved side. There we are. Something here, kind of have it curve outwards, and then we kind of curve it upwards. It has to meet this guy because this is part of the ponytail. So maybe we can have it curve that way. And then as it's curving inwards, it's going through that phase there. Then we can go ahead and have it curve that way here. So maybe we can have you curve, let's see, that way possibly. Maybe downwards, maybe a little more, and then have it come out a bit here. So you're probably going to have to come out a little bit there, a little bit there. We go ahead and hide this guy. Hopefully it can give you an idea of what I'm thinking will be a good idea to do. We go and fill this guy in. Fill this guy in, fill that guy in, fill that guy in. You go there, you go there. Actually, just do that. That'll make it easier. Super duper easy. As all of this here is going to be the ponytail. So I can just go ahead and add all of you here. Now I wonder, do we want to add lighting to it, or how to do the lighting? This guy here would then come in a little bit here. We can remove that guy here, remove that guy here as the ponytail's getting added. You would go here. You are the very core of the ponytail. So you would get modified a smidge. Like that there. And then you would come up a little bit. So you might come maybe up here. We remove that there. And then you come out a little bit more because of the other guy. So maybe you come up a little bit more out here, and then that guy's a little bit flatter. Something like that is what I'm thinking. And as I'm looking over here, it's not too shabby, not too shabby. I think we could definitely curve this in a little bit more here. I like that more. And then maybe we can also curve this guy a little bit more inwards, or we could leave it outwards a little more. So maybe something there and there. That's not too bad either. If we move you down here, I think that'll work. For our case, this might be our best bet. Do we want to extend this out one more? Do we want to move it up or down? I don't think so. I think it's okay. Which means we'll just have to figure out now the coloring of it. So I'm going to copy this guy here, paste it, slide it on down to our other areas here. Also grab the back of the body here, slide it down, and copy and paste it here. There we go. And with all of that said and done, now we just have to figure out what the value. So back again to this guy here. The color stops about, let's see, oh, hold on, wrong color, wrong layer. We need to be on the hair layer. The color stops about, I'd say here, possibly, and just make sure I'm on, let's see, this layer, hold on, yeah, I want this color, there we go, okay, and you are about here, that's where that guy is, and then we go back to our layer, fill that in here, there we go, and we want it to come up a little bit more, probably, like that there. Maybe we can have it point out a little bit, pointed here, maybe here, smidge there, could be. And then this guy here also has a bit of a darker color, so I wonder if it's okay to leave him like that, but for now, it's okay. we'll add this bit here to show that it is part of the hair, the front here. We can also maybe then add, let's see, that bit's pointing towards us. I think that's okay. The back of the hair is what's going to be super tricky. And part of me wonders, and oh, you can go here too. Part of me wonders if we want to go with the same idea of keeping it in that dark area so you would see only this bit of the ponytail. That's not a bad idea. Something there and there and then there and there to show that, hey, look, the back of the hair is here. I quite like that. I think it's okay. Though, I also wonder, if I glue this here, doesn't that look pretty too? That's a pretty look. It's not even the look I was going for. This is just it layered over top, but it's got such an interesting look to it that I kind of want to keep it. It looks, I don't know what's the word for it, but you know what? I may not keep it, but what I can do is I can copy and I can have it saved securely somewhere else, because I think it looks nice. Or I think it looks nice. There we are. Words are never easy. We'll go ahead and grab this guy, and then I can just merge that guy down, and now we have a copy of it. I can copy you, paste you, and you'll just move you to here and here. Now, my question then becomes, since I like it, why do I like it? What do I like about it that feels different than the regular tone? I like how it feels smooth. It feels shiny. I think there could be other bits you could modify, but all in all, this feels like hair. It looks like how you would see the different texturing of hair. And since I like it, next step would then be to either A, clean it up, or B, lean in that direction. We can certainly clean it up. To start off, we can begin with maybe using this color here. We'll go to our layer here with our hair. And this color has to stay that color, so we can go ahead and just use our contiguous. Contiguous. And we'll use that guy there. Then this color has to remain this color, so we can fill that in there. We can also add in that bit there, and you can't see it. Hold on, let me slide up here so you can see the two guys there. Next up, we can see about adding this guy back here, which is okay. That guy then, let's see, adding that guy, yeah, you can add it there and there. Next up, we can remove this color here because it's not the color we have available to us. We can also remove you here. We can then add in our shiny color here. About there is where that color was added. So the soft bit is one I did enjoy. We'll fill that in there. And then we can go ahead and see about adding, let's see, that there, that there, that there, that there, that there. Yeah, and then we can go ahead and add this bit here. So we can go and just add a curved line to show, hey, I'm wrapping around in space. Something like that there. Maybe even add a little bit more curve about there. And then a little bit of that there. There we go. A little bit of curve. Okie dokie. So, with all of that said and done, now let's see how well it spins. And if we need to add a few hold on. My what's the microphone? Headphones. Got a little stuck. Right. Let's go ahead and spin you in. I'll save this guy, merge you down. Now we can add an additional one here. Let's go ahead and add and expand our canvas size. So sprite canvas size. Go ahead and add another 32. About there. Make sure you're about there. Good to go here. Slide you on over. Let's start off by grabbing the front of the hair here. Copy. Go ahead then, grab you and paste you here. Let's then go ahead and grab the back. That would be number 3 here. So we'll go ahead and copy you here. We should then be able to paste you about here. And lastly is going to be the hair. So let's see, grab you here then, copy. And now we just need to add you into your spot. So flip you around about here-ish. I think that'll work. Yeah, about there, I think. And then we also need to put you here. So you're flipping in that direction now. You're about there, good to go. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. It does look like the hair. I can't say that much. We can also make sure that we don't forget to unmerge the layers so that we do have our backups. Very important as well. And pre-roll ads on. Hold on. Okay. We'll go ahead and run them then. How odd. I'll undo this guy here. Undo, save that guy there. And usually it tells me when... I'm quite surprised it told me that Bobby's usually better at warning me. How odd. Okay, we'll go ahead and close this guy. I don't need you anymore. Is there anything else we need to change about her? Her body looks fine. The hair looks great. I think I'm slowly warming up to the idea of hair. Doing it this way compared to the other ways definitely did help. So I definitely think this is the way to go. Okay, with all of that said and done, next up, well, we definitely don't have time for another hairstyle, but I do want to see about if we want to do clothing tomorrow or do 1-bit tomorrow. 1-bit could be handy. The clothing might be nicer. And I'm also thinking, by tomorrow, I can have maybe a better version of Tom prepared that's a little bit bigger too, and it does look good. Thank you, Jaxus. Thank you. So, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to do a slash. Is it poll, I think it is? Poll. Yes, slash poll. And we're going to do a poll, and I'll make sure to do it on YouTube too. We'll do slash, or no, I don't have to do slash poll, do I? I can just do start a poll here. Lovely, okay. What study, STUDITMR, question mark. Copy all of you here. We'll go ahead and do you here. What study tomorrow? And then we'll say hair or 1-bit. 1-bit. Because it cannot hair, clothing. CLOTHING. Clothing or 1-bit. We can certainly say 1-bit for next week. Since there's always plenty of time. Clothing or 1-bit. But this won't give me a confirmation on what it'll be, but it will give me an idea of what you all would prefer. We're gonna end up doing both of them. It's just a question of what do we do first? And let me go ahead and make sure I'd say about 5 minutes. We'll leave the 5-minute timer. So if you'd like to vote, you certainly can. It's about 5 minutes and the ad break stops soon. But that said, let me get some tea. And while there's the spinning going on, we'll look at everyone's art and then we will call it a day until tomorrow. Let's see, water here. Water, tea here. Tea is always delightful. I am always a fan of the red ones. The red ones are my favorite. I don't think I've ever had cherry tea, maybe not, but pomegranate, strawberries, raspberries, those are my favorites. Then again, I am just a fan of red fruits in general. Good, 10 out of 10. Blue ones, no. Don't like it. Blueberry, nada. Which plum is plum purple, bluish purple, potato. The blackberries are okay. Let's see here. I'll save this guy. I will go ahead while we are also holding up on that. Let's see. What am I missing? I do feel as if though, but we're all good. Okay, let me move you to here. Make sure my eyes are closed. I think we're closed, right? Okay, good. All right. And let me make sure as well that we should have that guy good to go. So when we come back, we should be alrighty. Okay, and if that's the case, let me get a little bit more water. Ads seem to be just about done, so welcome back from the ad break. I will get some water, and then we'll take a look at everyone's art who happen to have drawn some hair. Oh, and if you participated, there we are. Or if you've drawn hair in the past you'd like to share, exclamation DISCORD, we'll be taking a look at the Discord. Hair is difficult indeed. Let me get some water here. Tasty, and I'm still on the bald air stage because anatomy is a fiend. But later today, if I enter into flow state, as stated in the fan art, I'm both terrified and excited. Terrified of the bald, excited because fan art is fan art. It's always so sweet. Let me bring you into the planning screen here. If you haven't already, make sure to vote in the either YouTube or Twitch, as I'm not sure on if I want to do clothing tomorrow or 1-bit. 1-bit is scheduled to be studied tomorrow, but I think it might be a better use of time doing clothing first. And let me just double check, is our chat working? It is. Good. Okay, well, with all that said, there's a Discord. Welcome again to Spider Script here. You will slide down to the hair, ponytail, and I didn't see none. I saw a lot of purple. Okay, where were we? You'll put it in here, and the pinned one that says hair, ponytail, braids, and curls. Okay, I got spoiled a little bit, but my memory will, for once, help me. Lack of. Let's see. Oh, here's what I was talking about before as well. The M. I struggled with the M. I never got the M, so the M was discontinued, and then I still. The world has a lot of wonders, doesn't it? Oh boy. If we scroll down here, we can see the study from the other day as well, and For the Road. And oh, hold on. Let's see. This is by Ame, if I zoom in a little bit here, and I think, short man hair Aseprite. Let me grab that here. That should be easier to take a look at. Here we are. Okay, let me bring you into here. I can bring you into draw here. This is by, let me double check again, Ame. This is by Ame. You can see if I go ahead and click on play here, I think, the different hairstyles, I'm guessing. Oh, hold on. There we go. There we are. Ooh, hold on. Let me slide this down here. So we have one hairstyle. I do like this one. Is it a total of 10? Let's see, 1 hairstyle, then there's this one. Like, it's so simple, and yet there's so much you can do with hair. It's lovely. We have this one here, the lights. I do like that. And then we have this one here. This reminds me of like, what is it? Braids in the background. And then we have the light. And this one reminds me of like a Viking haircut. I like it. And then this one here, let's see. This one reminds me like a mad professor. And I like how you did the shading here too. It's what I tried to do. This reminds me of the River City Girl shading. I think that's been my favorite so far when I was trying to. And I was just turning on a spotlight. I like how you did the spotlight. And you even added a little bit, what is it called? There's a little bit of difference as well for the spotlight. You can see it lights up just a little bit, just a smidge. Here, then, lastly, we have this one here. Now, this is a general. Commander, no, never mind. No. What he is missing is a big mustache. And then he can proudly say, or proudly, hatefully say, Spider-Man. That's what that hairstyle reminds me of. I like the gray side of the bit. Well done, Ame. And the character is too small for big mustache. Ame, where is your hopes and dreams and wishes? Too small for mustache. Hold on, I'm just gonna, if I just, grab you here. We're just gonna, you there, then you here. I will help. And then you have a little bit there and there. Yeah. Close enough. I'm not a professional mustacher like you. I see, hold on. There we go. You would probably add a little bit of a lighter color, but it's beautiful on me. Oh boy. I think it's lovely. And oh hey, it's a tie. I guess tomorrow you study both. Well, hold on, there's YouTube. YouTube said 1 bit. So yeah, we stay 1 bit. The YouTube decided on 1 bit, and then Twitch decided on a tie, so YouTube is the tiebreaker. Let me go ahead and bring you back into the Discord. Alrighty, so if I scroll down here, oh, that's not Discord. That's definitely not Discord. Discord, where'd you go? Oh, this one's that screen. That screen right there, perfect. Let's see, this one, further out. Oh. A Bobby haircut. And then my lack of haircut. Are we getting arrested? Are we getting pulled over for a ticket? Maybe. Let's go. Bob cut. Oh boy. This is cursed. Lovely at the same time. You even managed to get my teeth down. I hope you have your registration. We don't need rules or I got let me rephrase that. No, I take it back. You heard nothing. What I meant to say was that rules do not apply to I. There we are. Rules are a good thing. Rules are required for all of you. I don't need them. You're not being the full delegations and I don't know, Bobby looks a little bit worried. He always looks like that. This is my Kai, and it says hair's become smaller, but hair stays the same. Not gonna lie, I kind of winged the hair. This is adorable. And funny enough, the doodle. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. The doodle sprite that I use very often, the emote. Oh, if I do that there, and then I do this one here. And it's quite one-to-one with the idea of eventually the hair can be hidden in. So this is quite accurate. And I really like the, what is it called? The fades. The fades on the colors, it's so pretty. These are some of my favorite colors. Not biased, but I think you did a lovely job. And this is why, again, Kai. So thank you again, Kai. And I did read it out as well. Lovely. And this, I don't remember what Pokemon this reminds me of, but this. Oh man, the colors are so pretty. Thank you all to right, trees. What was it? Hollow, I believe, said that he added trees. Yes, Hollow. Ooh, fancy tree. And oh no, I've seen that one before. I have. But this new tree, still incomplete. I think it says, yeah, piece, but it was first tended a Sakura tree. And he used what is it called? The pattern technique of the spotted pits. I've seen this before. And I do like the tree as well. Well done, everyone. It's always such a lovely thing to see people join and participate and add to the archives of art. And it's always nice to go back and realize, you know what? Maybe I'm not that good at this thing, but I did do this thing, so things were done. It's a lovely sight to see. Let me bring you back into our chatting screen here, and I'm glad I was able to not cancel early. That is good. If you're on Twitch, and I wonder how many curse pieces, you know, I'd go and count and collect them all, but I'm afraid. I don't know. I feel as though if I were to collect all the cursed pieces together, something might haunt my computer. That would be bad voodoo magic. If you're on Twitch's side of things, consider sticking around. Since we did some Pixelart today, we shall see if we can raid a pixel artist we have not raided before, but if not, we can always raid someone hopefully that we've raided in the past, and you should collect them for the end of the year. That is a good idea. The sooner I collect things, then it wouldn't be like I'd have to spend a whole week, but cursed! My computer would become cursed! And the cursed vortex, exactly! If you're on YouTube, that'll be it for me. Tomorrow we'll be doing 1-bit. So we'll be doing 1-bit pixel art. That should be a lot of fun. We'll be moving more towards doing portraits and characters and full bodies in the coming weeks as well. So consider stopping by tomorrow as well if you want to keep the character ball rolling. With that said, I will be going to the end screen on Twitch, and then I will be coming back, and then we'll see how fun a raid can be. If I do not see you anytime soon, I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, or good night, and I hope to see you all soon, alright? Bye-bye!